राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे राम louder please. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Ram Hare Hare. Gaurani Hai, Gaurani Hai, Gaurani Hai, Jaya Gaurani Hai. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Śrīla Prabhupāda. Gaura Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Anithai, Gaura Hari Bol. Gaura Hari Bol, Anithai, Gaura Hari Bol. एवं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतस्त्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की ISKCON founder Acharya BBD founder Acharya savior of the whole world Śrīla Prabhupāda की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतस्त्री श्रीमती शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मथुरापुरी धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा माधव की श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र मैया की श्री श्री गौर निताय की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Vishatarine. Any idea who chose this verse? No idea. I was thinking of another verse related to the topic. I'm not sure. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I think it's a printing mistake. The schedule I was given. It's wrong. It's 9:9:14 is written. It should be 9:19:14. So that's what the verse I wanted to take. Ninth canto, 14th chapter, and 14th verse. 19th chapter and 14th verse. But we don't have anything in this. In this, it is up to 16th chapter. Somebody has another volume. Anyway, you repeat after me. 9th canto, 19th chapter, 14th verse. न जातु काम कामाना उपभोगे न शाम्यति हवीशा कृष्ण वर्त्मेव भूय एवाभिवर्धते. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charnarinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupāda. Translation. As supplying butter to a fire does not diminish the fire, but instead increases it more and more, the endeavor to stop lusty desires by continual enjoyment can never be successful. In fact, one must voluntarily cease from material desires. Purport. One may have enough money and enough resources to satisfy the senses, but still not be satisfied. For the endeavor to stop lusty desires by enjoying can never be successful. The example given here is very appropriate. One cannot stop a blazing fire by trying to extinguish it with butter. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः तदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीगुरुं राधा कृष्णपादा सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. That's the spirit. Welcome to our morning Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. The topic for today morning is how to get rid of lust that never satiates. The discussion is about overcoming lust. Lust is the first door to hell. As Krishna says, Trividham narakassedam dwaram nashanam atmanah kama krodha tatha lobhas tasmat etam trayam tyajit. Trividham narakassedam. Yesterday evening I think we were discussing that the hell has three gates. Just like for this temple hall also we have three gates for entering inside or going outside. So the three gates, Trividham narakassedam dwaram nashanam atmanah. And these three gates or these three things destroy the self, destroy the soul. Destroy the soul means what? Soul can never be destroyed. Nainam chindanti shastrani nainam dahati pavaka naichainam kledayanti apo na shoshayati marutah. The soul cannot be burned by fire, it cannot be cut by weapons, it cannot be made wet by water, it cannot be dried up by wind. So then how come the soul is destroyed? Soul is not destroyed. Soul's natural propensity to serve the Lord is destroyed because of these three. Dwaram nashanam atmana kama krodha tatha lobhas. Lust, anger and greed. Tasmad etam trayam tejit. That's why a sane person should give them up. Otherwise, they will destroy him. Just like when we have water, if it is dirty, we get it purified. We filter it, we boil it, we do many things so that when we drink that water, we get healthy. We become healthy. Not that we drink that dirty water which we got and then we by drinking that we will fall sick, we might even die also. It's infectious water, then it is not good. So similarly we have to make sure that we are free from these three. So Prabhupada writes in one place, just like for a snake Garudji is his enemy, for bhakti nirvisheshwad or impersonalism is an enemy, for a conditioned soul lust is his enemy. As Krishna says also, several places in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna asked, Atakkena prayukto yam papam charati purushah anichannapi varshneya bala divani yojitah. By what is one impelled to perform some sinful activity, so he understands that I should not be doing this. So what is that force? And Krishna replies, Kamesha krodhayesha radho guna samudbhavah mahashano mahapapma vidhenam iha vairinam. It is lust only, O Arjun, which is born of the mode of passion, which later transforms into wrath, which is all devouring sinful enemy of the conditioned soul. So lust is born from passion. As yesterday also we were discussing that all these six anathas are born from either purely from passion or purely by from ignorance or by the combination of passion and ignorance. Nothing of these six are born, nothing of that is born of goodness. So we have to come to the mode of goodness. So it is lust only which is born out of mode of passion, which is all devouring. It devours, just like forest fire devours everything. When there is fire, fire devours everything. For that matter, even steel objects and all, fire can devour. If it is a big fire. Once I was traveling in India somewhere, so I saw on the roadside there was a fire, and in that somebody had put his old chair, the iron chair. It was rusted chair, and the chair was burning. That iron was burning, burning, burning. And if the fire continues for a long time, the chair will be completely burnt. So this lust is all devouring, like fire, all devouring sinful enemy. It impels us to perform sin. That's what Arjun is also saying. Atakkena prayuktoyam papam charati purusha. One is impelled to perform sinful activity. So lust is the sin. And what is lust? Atmendriya pritivancha tare balikam Krishnendriya priti ichha dhare premanam. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Krishna Kaviraj Goswami defines lust and love. Lust is Atma, Indriya, Priti, Vancha. Vancha is desire, Priti is satisfaction, Indriya are the senses, and Atma is one's own. The desire to satisfy one's own senses is called as lust. Atma, Indriya, Priti, Vancha. Tare boli kam, that is called as lust. Krishna, Indriya, Priti, Ichha, Dhare Premanam. Desire to satisfy Krishna's senses is called as love. So three things are common. One has to have desire. We have desire. Desires are unavoidable. No moment of life we are free from desires. If I ask you, don't think of red monkey, immediately red monkey comes in the mind. So we desire. I what? Prabhu said, don't think of red monkey. So your red monkey only comes. So desires cannot go out of your heart. Heart can never be empty, vacant. Vacuum cannot be created. It's artificial thing. For that matter, in these bulbs and tubes also, we say it's vacuum. Air is not there. But is there nothing there? No, there is. What is there? There is neutral gas, argon, krypton. You might have studied, no, in science. So, because air is there in that tube, so from one side, argon or krypton or some neutral gas is pushed in. So, as the gas comes inside, the air is pushed out. When all air is out, they close it, and that is how vacuum is created. Vacuum is no air, but it's not that nothing is there. If there is nothing in those bulbs and tubes, they will burst open. There has to be something. So, the desires cannot be removed from the heart. So desire to satisfy. In the love also, desire to satisfy is there. But satisfy senses also. So three things are common. Desire to satisfy senses. But whose? If it is my own senses, then it is lust. If it is Krishna's senses, then it is love. For example, some boy is going on the road and he finds there are very beautiful flowers there. So he may think, oh, if only I can purchase one and put it in the hair of my girlfriend. She will look so beautiful. She's already beautiful. So this is lust. But if devotee is passing, our youth center devotee, oh, it's such a beautiful flower. If only I can purchase it and put it at the lotus feet of Radha Madhav, it will look so beautiful. So desire to satisfy Krishna's senses is called as love. So it's very easy to transform lust into love. Because desire is required, we have it inevitably. To satisfy, that is also Anandamaya Abhyasa. It's a nature of the soul to be pleasure seeking. And desire to satisfy senses, it is not some impersonal, nirvishesh, nirakar Brahman, impersonal. We have to satisfy his senses. Where are the senses? Senses are not there only. Like the senses of this tube light. Senses of this tube light or this bulb light. Where are the senses? Bulb light is scattered all over. There are no senses there. There are senses to some extent of the bulb. That light is the sense. Or the bulb also can have the round and something you can decorate that bulb, but you cannot decorate the bulb light. You understand? Tube light you cannot decorate. So desire to satisfy the senses. Three things are common. Just the object of satisfaction should be changed from my senses to Krishna's senses. So it's very easy. In the association of devotees, it happens very easily. So we have to know this is our enemy, and enemy is not there out in Pakistan. Many times Indians think, oh, our enemies are sitting in Pakistan, those terrorists. BSF, Border Security Force, should be very strong, and they should not allow any militant, any terrorist to enter inside. This is out complete foolishness. How many of you seen terrorists in your life? Raise your hand. Nobody has seen. How many of you seen person with a gun in front of you and saying, "Hey, I'll kill you"? Hands up. Raise your hand. So, so why to be fearful of people? Yeah, there are people who are gun holders. Many people have guns, and many people are terrorists. But you, more or less, in your whole life, you will not see one terrorist also. Those some few months back in Pailgaon, some terrorists entered, no, and some 23 people were killed. So those 23 people and few others got to see terrorists. But 20,000, 23 crore plus people did not see terrorists. So thus, we should not be thinking that our enemies are sitting in Pakistan. Our enemies are sitting in our heart. Lust, pride, greed, envy, anger, illusion. And they are attacking 24 hours, not with guns, cannons, and other missiles. They are so expert. We are fooled at every moment. And also we are raped at every moment. Balatkar. That's what it's saying. Baladivo niyojitaha. Balatkar ho raha hai hum sabka. 24/7. Whole throughout life, all throughout our existence in this material world. Maya Devi is performing this balatkar for every living entity, not just females, males, for that matter, animals also. Everybody is within the clutches of material energy. To get free of it is not a joke. Mama Ivaya Prapadyante, Maya Metam Tarantite. Only one who surrenders to Krishna, he only can get free from the clutches of Maya. Otherwise, not. So when Akbar and Bilbar were discussing, Akbar the king said, Birbal, this lust, attraction to the opposite sex, this will go away as one grows old because there is no potency in the body. Birbal said, no, Jahapana, that is not the case. It doesn't go away. He said, what? You are always speaking something odd. I don't believe in you. So give me some time, I'll prove to you. After some days, then Birbal sent a message to Akbar that come to this particular square, one chalk. So there you come. And the condition was you should come walking, and behind you, your young daughter, some 16-year young, beautiful daughter, princess, she should come walking some distance behind. And then some more details were told. So then Akbar came walking, and as he was coming closer, immediately Birbal said to a man who was lying on deathbed on one cot outside his house, say, hey, just see your fortune. The king Jahapana is coming to meet you. He's coming towards you only. And he was like this. "Ah, he's about to die." And then as Akbar was coming closer, just look little behind, the daughter was coming, and she was wearing ankle bells, and the sound started coming. Chan, 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 chan. So all the bells in his heart, tang, 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 tang. Who is that? Somebody's around. Some girl. Somebody. So then Akbar came and stood in front of him only. He's lying and Akbar is standing there. He is not looking at Akbar. And he is, now he understood somebody is passing on this. So he raised his neck like this. Because like this he cannot see. He can see only the sky. So he gave an angle, appropriate angle, perfect angle. The camera knows exactly. And then he saw her. She was very beautiful. And she was passing on the road, little distance up. Then he was looking, and he was like, the perfect angle, and camera knows how to do it. And when then further angle is not possible, then he came like this. And all throughout, he did not look only at Akbar. And Akbar was watching, what nonsense, I'm standing here. He did not look at me even once. And he kept looking at my daughter all throughout, as much as possible. Final thing, that people do like this, no? Some neck thing that happened to him. So then Birbal said, Japana, what do you say? I said, true. You're perfect. You are not wrong. Lust doesn't go away. In Marathi, there is a saying, "Sumba jalla tari peed jat nahi." When you have two ropes and you put a knot and you burn the ropes from two sides, so the ropes will get burned, but the knot will not get removed. So that is how the lust is. It is insurmountable. Daiviyesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya. It is insurmountable, like ocean. How many of you know swimming? How many of you can swim Atlantic Ocean from one shore to the other shore? Impossible. There had not been, is not, and will not be any swimmer who will be ever able to accomplish this feat. Impossible. So, like that, this material energy is, and it all begins with dhyan. Dhyayato vishayan pumsah sangaste shupajayate sangat sanjayate kamah kamat krodho bhijayate krodhat bhavati sammohah sammohat smriti vibramah smriti vramshat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranashyati. So eight things are there in these two slokas, in 8 lines. Eight things are told how step by step one falls in the pool of material energy. So fall down happens beginning with dhyan, dhyayato, contemplating on the sense objects. Our eyes want to see beautiful forms. Our ear wants to hear. They want to hear melodious voice sound. Our tongue wants to eat tasty foodstuffs. Our skin wants very pleasurable objects for touching. Our nose wants very fragrant items to smell. Like that, each of the senses, they are very powerful. One of the senses on which the mind focuses can take a yogi also, a person of discrimination, far far away from his real goal. That is the power. Indriyani hi charatam yanmano anuvidiyate tatasya hartim pragyan vayoriva imam bhasi. One of the roaming senses, it can, just like a wind, powerful wind takes the boat in some other direction only. That is how our mind, our senses focused on any mind focused on any one sense, we are destroyed. So our system is so foolproof, so powerful system is made without surrendering to Krishna through the pure devotion. These are invisible shackles. At least that prisoner we can easily see and we can understand, hey, he's a prisoner because he's handcuffed and all that. We are no handcuffed, nothing. But sex desire is completely completely keeping us within this material world. We are secured prisoners. At least those prisoners, sometimes some of the prisoners are very active. They want to escape, so they will get some wire, some kind of string, some what you call rod, and they'll put in the lock and they will try to rotate. And the police are watching. What nonsense! What if it opens? He will escape. Like, but we are so safe. We are very happy in this world. Let me go on with sex life wherever. Birth after birth, I just want to go on like this. So it all begins with contemplation. One should be careful. That's why we have beautiful deities In ISKCON, we have such beautiful deities, Radha Madhav, Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radha Shyam Sundar. They are so beautiful. So these are the object for our eyes. Greatest sense gratification. They are most beautiful. So one should take darshan of the deity. So we should be grateful to pujaris because they every day dress the deities for 2 hours. And we are chanting in temple hall. They are working on, they are serving the lordships, removing their previous night's dress, then bathing them, then mopping their bodies, and putting new clothes, jewelry, garlands, turban, so many peacock feather, so much of decoration. It takes 2.5 hours around, and they are doing that, and then we get darshan at 7:30 also, Shringar darshan. And when our eyes see their beautiful forms, we won't be attracted to so many other forms of this world. So that's why we should be grateful to them. Ajamil is the case we can see. He was born and brought up in a very nice, pious Brahmin family, a very nice sanskaras. But then with these purva vasanas are there. Ajamil in his previous life was a brahmachari, but unfortunately he did not know how to swim. So once he somehow fell down in a river and he was drowning and he was save, save, save. But unfortunately nobody was around. And as you did not know how to swim, you were drowning, drowning. He drank a lot of water. The psychology is such that I am in a water. I don't know how to swim. I can drink the whole water and then no need of swimming. Yeah, this is the psychology. If I drink the whole water of the river, will I be drowning in the? There is no river only. It's a dry bed. I will be saved. So one tends to drink all the water. And he drank a lot of water. But then towards the end, somehow somebody came and pulled him out and put him on the shore, the bank. And he was unconscious. A lot of water was taken and he was unconscious. Then people tried, they pushed his stomach and all that water came out. But he was not coming to consciousness. Long time passed by. YG was called, YG tested his pulse. They said, there are hardly any chances of his survival. He's alive, but chances of survival are very less. So then the parents were very concerned that please save our son, do something. Then that Vaidya said, I can't think of any medicine or anything. One possibility is there. If some young girl comes and touches his body, uh, because the sex is very powerful impulse. By touching his body, he may be impelled like that. So there are no other option. These are the only options. So who will touch? It is Vedic time. No girl will touch some any other man. That too brahmachari. Who will touch a brahmachari? But then parents were pathetic. They requested one girl, please, our son will die otherwise. There is no other way to revive him. So she very kindly agreed. So she came there on the bank of river and she started pressing his body. Right. So still he was unconscious only. But after some time, because touch sensation is there and sex impulse is there inside the heart. So after some time he got up and he looked and the girl was very close. And he said, what is this? What nonsense? How dare of you? I'm a brahmachari. How can a girl touch a brahmachari's body? Hmm? You are touching me. You are a prostitute. I curse you that you become a prostitute. Like he, he was a brahmachari. He was angry on that girl. And she said, what nonsense? I am not here to touch you. Your parents requested you are dying because you drowned and you drank a lot of water. To save you, I came and touched your body. You are cursing me that I will be a prostitute. I will only be the prostitute who will be the cause of your fall down. So that prostitute next life became that prostitute. That girl became prostitute and he became Brahmin, Ajamil, who was married, but he was Grahastha Brahmachari. But just one sight he saw that prostitute and low class man embracing, kissing, etc. And he got completely distracted. And then he got the prostitute to house. There is no need to marry. You are prostitute to prostitute. She is not like some virgin girl. And through her, he produced 10 children. By Lord's grace, because he had performed bhakti, earlier life he was a brahmachari, and this life also, as a Brahman, he was worshipping Lord Narayan. So somehow some sadhus came and they requested his pregnant wife that you please name your son as Narayan. And they said, okay, Narayan. But then Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. First time he said Narayan, Narayan. He took small boy born Narayan. Like this, parents do not. So that only destroyed all his sins of previous lives, of this life as a Brahman, because though he was pious, some sin might have happened. And all the sins he was performing to maintain that prostitute. He performed all sinful activity. Everything got destroyed by holy name chanting. And then afterwards, every time he was chanting, that was adding to the That was Namabha chanting. He did not know the glory of the holy name, nor was he chanting to get rid of any sinful activities. He was bindas. He was daredevil. He was performing sinful activities without any fear. There was no fear of going to hell. So there is no knowledge only. He forgot everything. Knowledge can be covered over. He had lot of knowledge as a Brahmin, but then because he was associating with a prostitute, especially lust, avrittam jnanam etena jnanino nitya vairina kama rupena kaunteya dushpurena nalenecha. Avrittam jnanam, it covers the knowledge. Whatever knowledge you have, when a beautiful girl comes in front of you, you'll forget everything. Only one who is a devotee of Krishna, he cannot forget. That's why Arjun, he went to heaven for around 4 years or so. He went to heaven. He's son of Indra also. Indra was very happy. And when he was sitting, or Indra was sitting on Indrasan, he's the king of all the demigods. And very posh, very nice seat he had given, Simhasan for Arjuna also. Then there is entertainment. There are apsaras there. So they were all dancing, and especially Urvashi was dancing. She is the most beautiful. She is produced from the thigh of Lord Nar Narayan Rishi, because demigods had sent him Indra only. From his Uru, from his lap, she was produced. That's why Uruvashi, Urvashi, most beautiful dancer. And she was most favorite of Indra also. Indra observed that when she's dancing, Arjun is looking at her like this. So he thought, my son, young boy, must be attracted to young girl. So wants to enjoy her body. So he told Urvashi, you go in the night, dress nicely, and satisfy my son, whatever extent he wants. So she went, and as she went, and she said, Arjun, you are young, beautiful, and I'm also beautiful. Why not enjoy? Let us enjoy. And he said, what? How can you say enjoy? You are my mother. She said, what? Mother? I am not married to anyone. I don't have any children. What nonsense, mother? He said, no, you are the wife of my ancestor, oh, Pururava. So we come in that same dynasty, Kuru dynasty. He was our ancestor. And so you were married to him. So you are my great grandmother. I said, what nonsense? I'm a young girl. We are virgin girls. We never become grandmothers, and we don't become mothers also. We are having special bodies. He said, nothing like that. I see you always as my mother. So that's why she became angry. What nonsense. You are behaving like a eunuch. I curse you to be a eunuch, napunsak, neither male nor female. So then afterwards, Indra and others pacified Arjun, don't worry, this will be helpful somewhere in future. Lord's arrangement. And that's what was required for 1 year of Agyatavas, incognito, in Virat King's um, area. Arjun became Burhannalla, the dance teacher for Uttara, the daughter of Virat King. So thus, we can see that it's very difficult to remember that somebody is a mother. That's why one of the ways to get rid of lust is address women as Matajis. One particular Mataji, a girl or wife, a woman, Mataji, Mataji, Mataji. For Grahasthas also it is Mataji only. Matruvat Paradareshu. One's own wife one should not address as Mataji. Sometimes ISKCON Grahasthas don't know. So they call, did you see my Mataji? Oh, Prabhu, your mother? No, no, not mother, my wife. Then why did you say that, Mataji? I tell sometimes some young devotees told me, my Mataji, I said, Prabhu, you take sannyas now. He said, no, bro, I am recently married. How dare of you to call your wife as Mataji? You cannot produce children now. You take sannyas. At least take vanaprastha ashram. Come to ashram, we have rooms. Because I tried to make him brahmachari earlier. He did not listen to me, he got married. So now is the chance. I can blast his ignorance, tell him, you called your wife as Mataji, now you cannot, you come to temple now, become a brahmachari. So, Matruvat Paradareshu. And brahmachari doesn't have any wife only. For him, all women are mothers. So then, saved. So, one brahmachari was telling me in NVCC temple that when I pay obeisances during Shringar Darshan, one particular girl comes exactly in front of me. She's trying to hunt me down. I said, what a fool you are. Who are you? Huh? You are some Mr. Universe or what? That she'll be after you. And she's a good girl. What are you talking? So, no, no, bro, every day. Then I said, then why do you stand there only? Why don't you go close to Gaur? Will she come there? If you change your position every day, what it is? Shringar Darshan, you are standing. How long you stand? 10 hours. Not even 1 minute. So just change your position. So then he was cooled down. Then he was telling that when I go for circumambulation, pradakshina to temple, then one girl comes at one corner, four corners are there. So when suddenly she comes there in front of me and laughs, like that she laughs. So she's trying to hunt me down. I said, you are a fool. You are not Mr. Beauty or whatever, and she will be after you. He said, no, no, but then I said, very simple. When you know she is going to come there at the corner only, suddenly catch you there. So go from away from the corner. Na? It's very easy to avoid like that. And also address her, Mataji, please give some way like that. And if she's insisting like anything and doing too much follow, then you can say, my dear universal mother, Jagadambe, means what? Now you are mother of everybody in the creation. Now you cannot marry only any man. Because every person's mother you have become. Jagadambe. That's what Durga, na? Durga is Jagadamba. So you are saying what? Very powerful strategies you have. Powerful tips you give. Ah, if you want to protect yourself, you can be protected. If you don't want to be protected, you will be lost. So brahmacharis don't have to be hateful of women. I mean, His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj says, those brahmacharis who thought women are like stool, there were brahmacharis and sannyasis. When the Matajis are coming like this, and this brahmachari road is the same, no? Some whatever road. So Matajis are coming and brahmacharis and sannyasis are going. And as soon as they saw Matajis are there, phew, they spat on the road, changed the direction and went in other direction. So sometimes if you have seen in villages, when they see stool and all, they will spit. How many of you seen? It's a very dirty thing, bad thing. So they spit and like that. We go away from stool. So like that, they were mistreating Matajis. The Matajis in ISKCON. These brahmacharis and sannyasis. So His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj said, those brahmacharis and sannyasis who were having hatred towards Matajis, thinking them to be stool, went on to become such big pigs and kept on licking on the same stool for all throughout their lives. They married then those Matajis and got carried away. Sometimes some brahmachari is married two times, three times, two times divorce, three times marriage. So hatred is not going to save you. Attachment and aversion, these are the two sides of the same coin. One should not be hateful of women, nor should women be hateful of men. Sometimes in the world today, because women liberation and all, women also have hatred towards men. So hatred is not good. Either attachment or aversion. These are the same thing only. One should not be getting carried away. So in this verse also it is said, Na jatu kama kamanam. Of kamanam, of lusty people, kam, lust, not that doesn't get satisfied. Shamena upabhogati. Shaman, extinguishing. Upabhogati, by enjoying. Enjoying lusty desires does not satisfy them. An example is given, Avisha Krishna Vartmeva. Just like in a fire, if you want to extinguish fire and you put ghee in that, clarified butter, it will increase all the more. It will not extinguish. So similarly, by satisfying the lusty desires, one's lust will not go down. One has to sublimate it. Sublimation, we learn in science. Whatever state we have gaseous, we have solid state, then liquid state and gaseous state. So sublimation means what? From solid state to directly gas, skipping kind of liquid part. Generally solid, if you heat it and all, it will become liquid. And then afterwards, eventually vaporization. So sublimating, we have to transcend sexual desires. So these Purvakalin samskars are there, they lead to Kama Vasana. In children, there is no lust. Two boys and girls, they are playing, they are embracing, no problem. Because the sex desire is dormant. It is subside, subsided. It is deep inside. And at one point, puberty time, whatever, 12, 13, 14 age, then it becomes like a big fire. And the man, boy or girl, they are so much infatuated with that. It's like itching. All of us have experienced when some part of the body itches. It is very difficult to resist. Somehow, without our knowledge, hand goes there and we scratch. Depending on what is the intensity of the itch, with that much we scratch. Sometimes it's little bit, and okay. Sometimes it is more, then we scratch more. Sometimes it is so much that people scratch so much blood comes. So much problem is there. So sex desire is a bigger itch. This is there on Atma, conditioned soul, especially in the subtle body. This itching starts. So in the gross body, there has to be then one is impelled to satisfy his sexual desires, because itch is there inside. So itch is, in one sense, it's like itching is not outside, it's like inside. So but then external, when you scratch the skin, it gives satisfaction. So it is very deep. Kandu yanena karayor bahu dukha dukkham. Bahudukha bhajam. It's like an itching, Prahlad Maharaj says. Not easy to overcome. It can only be, we have to apply some ointment. And we also have to resist ourselves. We should not scratch it, but rather apply ointment. One day, second day, third day, few days later, then it goes away. This is such a desire. Even Brahma, for that matter, Shiva, Lord uses for them to show us how it is very difficult to overcome. Brahma, at the beginning of the creation, he produced his daughter, walk, and he got attracted to her only. And similarly, Shiva in Mohini Murti, when he was not present for Samudra Manthan, he went to Lord Narayan and said, "Oh Lord, you showed beautiful form as a woman. Every demigod saw, demons saw, but I was deprived because I was not there in churning of the ocean. So please show for me." And Lord said, "No, no, no. It was for that time required. Now what is the requirement?" "No, no, no, but I did not see." So then please have mercy. He said, "It will be very difficult to resist." "No, no. I am Dhira. Nothing will happen to me." So, okay. Then Lord became Mohini Murti, very beautiful girl. And she had a ball, she was playing with it, running behind, and then he was infatuated. Parvati was next to him, he forgot her, started running behind her. And purposefully, Lord, in the form of Mohini Murti, went through all those forest areas where sages were meditating on Lord Shiva and singing, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. He was so focused, so chased to Lord Shiva. And suddenly they saw Lord Shiva. Hey, Lord Shiva, we chanted so nicely. Our master. But he's not coming to us to rescue us. He's going away. And behind, he's first the women came. First the woman was there, Mohini Murti. And they were wondering why. She was naked almost. And they closed eyes. And again, after some time, just some distance away, Lord Shiva was running. They were wondering, Are Master, we are meditating on you. What will be our fate? You are sexually getting agitated. We'll be completely destroyed. Similarly, Ramanujacharya's follower also, Dashrati, he was attracted to Himamba. When Lord Ranganath's procession was going with all the trumpet and everything was being played, so much sound, music, but he was so absorbed looking at her beautiful eyes, holding umbrella so that sunshine, sunlight doesn't make her body dark. Tanning should not happen. And he was fanning her also, looking at her beautiful eyes. All the brahmachari and sannyasi disciples of Ramachandra said, "What nonsense! Lord Ranganath is passing on the street procession and he is not looking." So they informed Ramanacharya and Ramanacharya called him. Said, "Dashrati, what is this? Why do you look at that girl's eyes? I have never seen eyes like this. She is Minakshi. Eyes are like min. Min means fish. So very beautiful eyes." So Ramanacharya said, "What if I show you some eyes better than that?" So he said, "Better than that? I don't think." Because she had the eyes, very beautiful eyes. So he said, "I can't think of anybody having better eyes than that. But if it is, then I'll dedicate my life to those eyes." He thought maybe this sannyasi knows some woman who is more beautiful than this one, Emamba. So maybe. So he said, "Okay, fine." He said, "Come in the evening." And in the evening, Ramanacharya took him to Ranganath temple. And he requested Lord Ranganath, "Your those beautiful eyes having spiritual beauty, which is not seen by conditioned soul. Please reveal that." So Lord Ranganath is completely devoted to Ramanacharya. Then he showed that beauty and Dasharati was completely attracted. And then he fell down at the lotus feet of Ramanacharya and said, "Please accept me as your servant." Ramanacharya initiated him. And then he said, "I have nothing to do with that woman." He said, "No, because we had some connection. Better you both get married and become wonderful guests." Then he said, "Okay." So they became very powerful, wonderful couple. Similarly, Bilvamangal Thakur also, he was so infatuated in his attraction to that Chintamani prostitute. He was a good Brahmin. He was knowing Vedic shlokas also. He would sit on the bank of, which is that river? Mm, Kaveri, not Kaveri, I think some river. He would sit on east direction and he would look in the direction across the river where her house was. He was attracted to her. And then afterwards, when his father died, he was telling the priest, "Please chant the mantras quickly. I have to go." And he, "What? Where to go? Son, where will he go on the death of his father? Nothing so important, such a critical moment." But he then after that he went. But then it was too much raining. The river was overflooded. He jumped in, caught some object, crossed the river. Then when he left the object, then he understood it was dead body. So much infatuation. One cannot understand what is living body, dead body, what one is holding on to. Then he went to her house, knocked the door. It was heavily raining. She could not hear. Maybe she was on first floor. Then he was wondering what to do. Then he found something hanging. Then I will go to first floor to the window. He caught hold of and he jumped from the window, left that object. Then he found that was snake. Wondering. And he was completely wet. His clothes were torn, some because of bruises. The thorny bushes he walked through, ran through. Then some blood was coming. Chintamani said, "What nonsense, Bilvamangal! You have so much attraction to this flesh. What is so special about it? If only you had this kind of attachment to Krishna, by now you would have been a pure devotee." And that was like lightning for him. He understood that I should not be going like this. Then he left everything. I will go to Rundavan. Then he was going to Rundavan again. On the way, he was attracted to one beautiful woman. And he ran behind her and then entered in the house. She entered. He also entered. See how lust makes one blind. That is called a kamandha. One becomes blinded by lust. Can't understand where one is looking, what one is doing, all that. People do all nonsense in the world because of blindness caused by lust. He entered inside and she went deep inside and there was a man there, her husband. That man asked, "What do you want, sir?" He said, "I want to be alone with your wife." What a proposal. So, which man will agree? He will slap him, punch him. So then he said, "Just wait, I'll arrange." Then he went to his wife and said, "That visitor, he wants to be alone with you, please, my dear wife, be alone." And she said, "Husband, how can I be alone with somebody else?" He said, "No matter. Krishna will protect you." He was a very powerful devotee. So then he was alone in the room with her. Then he understood what nonsense. I was going to Vrindavan to Krishna, meet Krishna, and here am I again. I am attracted to another woman. So then he said, "My dear mother, please give me your hairpins." She was wondering if you wanted to purchase hairpins in the market, so many are there. For a sadhu like you, anybody can give free of cost also. But then she said, "Okay." Husband had told, "Satisfy whatever you want." She removed her hairpins, gave in his hand. As soon as he got, he plucked out his eyes. Now, न रहेगा बांस, न बजेगी बांसुरी. No bamboo, so there cannot be any flute. So I will remove the eyes, so no attraction. This doesn't mean that we should do the same. Otherwise, ours will be International Society for Blind Devotees of Krishna. All around. Prabhu Hari Bol. What is Kartal? Kartal. And his hand and your Prabhu Kartal is happening now. Your hands, my hands. And the actual Kartal, we don't know where it is. All are falling down here and there. So because all are blind devotees. And people never join ISKCON because I will also have to blind myself. Netradan means those who don't have netra, they receive netra. ISKCON means giving up netra. So it should not be like that. We have to go deeper. This is like itching. It is compared to poison ivy. How many of you know poison ivy? It looks like tamarind. What do you call? Imli. But it has hair, soft hair. If you touch it, so much itching will happen. You have to scratch like anything. In our childhood, because I come from village, we used to play with it. We used to hold it with something, not directly with hand. Otherwise, we will start itching, and then we would throw on some friend. And it would be like keep scratching like anything. Also, it is compared to camel eating thorny bushes. In the camels are there in the desert area where there are hardly any trees, but the thorny bushes grow. So for eating, they feel hungry. So they eat that thorny bush. So there are thorns also. And the thorns, they prick his gums and all inner portion, tongue. Blood starts coming. And he's drinking his own blood and he thinks this is very tasty. So nice. So like that, in lusty affairs, one is just destroying oneself. This is in the mode of passion. One has to come to the mode of goodness. Similarly, our Yamunacharya also says, Yamunacharya in his childhood, till the age of 12 also, he was in Brahmachari ashram as a Brahmachari. But long story, he got into a debate with Kolatunga and he defeated the king, gave him half the kingdom. He became the king. And as a king, he had so much wealth and so many women to enjoy. Long time passed by. Afterwards, his grandfather, Nath Muni, arranged somebody. And then he became a devotee again. And then he says one shloka which Prabhupada quotes in Bhagavad Gita purport. यदवधि मम चेत कृष्ण पदारविन्दे नवरवरसधाम्नि उद्युतं रन्तुमासीत् तदवधि बत नारी संगमे स्मर्यमाणे भवति मुख विकार शुष्टो निष्ठीवनं च. He's saying that yadavadi mama cheta Krishna padaravende. Ever since my mind is attracted to Krishna and my mind is fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna, sometimes Sometimes the thought of sex life comes with women because he had earlier a lot of experience of having sex with women. Tadavadi bata nari sangame smaryamani. Some thought comes. So what then I do? Bhavati mukhavikar. My mouth gets twisted. Such a bad thought. Shushtu nishtivanam. And I spit at the very thought. Phew. And he spits at the very thought. So his Grace Sankarsana Adhikari Prabhu is a grahastha and he is a guru also in ISKCON. He married Her Grace Vishnu Priya Mataji and he is such a powerful grahastha. He tells openly in the class, we married 35, 40 years back, but we have never slept together. You can ask me, she's sitting there. Huh? We never slept together. So they remained brahmacharis, each other. He also remained brahmachari, she remained brahmacharini. They never had sex, no children, nothing. So he says sex for procreation, not for recreation. So he was only telling, oh, then so many times the brahmacharis will get thought of sex. So they should carry spittoon. Because you cannot spit anywhere, no? Like in temple hall, you get sex thought. You cannot spit on the floor. So you should have spittoon. Thu. After some moment, again, thu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, thu. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, thu. Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Thu, thu. So much. It will overflow. You have to go and empty it out. So, because so much sex thought is there. Prabhupada says the thought of sex life, sex is never away from the mind of the conditioned soul. So much is there. But we can overcome it. Personification of lust is Ravan. All the 6 demons who are none other than Jai Vijay, who came 3 times, then they represent one of the anathas. So Ravan represents lust. So he was so lusty. Any girl and every girl, anywhere in the creation, is meant for my enjoyment. And like that, thousands of girls were he had kidnapped and he brought them. Though his wife was the most beautiful woman, in one sense, next to Sita, the most beautiful woman on the planet Earth was Mandodari. Manda Udari. Udari means west. One who has thin west. The beauty of the women, one of the parts is the west. It's if it is thin, then it is beautiful. They are very broad, like this. What was that? Shurpanakha. She got so much lustily attracted to Ram. She came as demoness only. She generally they transform themselves into beautiful women. So she could have had a very small vest as a beautiful girl, but she was so much lusty. She directly came to Ram and she said, "You are so young and I am so beautiful. Look at me." She did not know that she has not transformed only herself. So her waist was so huge because she was a Rakshasi. So it was looking very odd. She was very, what do you call? She was not a shapely woman, very unshapely or whatever you call, very dirty looking. And she came and said, "Please let us marry and enjoy. I'll take you to everywhere," because she was Rakshasi. She can put Ram and 100 Rams and take anywhere, and we'll have enjoyment in life. Like, but Ram understood what a crazy woman. She forgot to transform herself. And then he said, "I am already married. You will be the wife. You will be the servant of Sita. Better you marry my brother because he's also young, handsome, beautiful, and he doesn't have any wife. So you can." And then she thought, "Yeah, you are really true. Yeah, it is good." So see how lust is. Just any object will do. If not this, that. If not that, that. Anything and everything is okay. So it doesn't have chastity. That's why chaste women means only my husband. Not that Mr. Sharma is also okay and Mr. Verma is also okay. And my husband, my karma is also okay. Like that. My husband is my God. That's it. He's my guru, he's my God. That is chaste. No other man in the creation. But this Shurpanakha was unchaste. Okay, Ram is not Lakshmana, he will also do. Anybody will do. So this is not so easy to overcome, lusty desire. That's why Bhagavad Gita Krishna recommends till last moment of your life, you have to control yourself. Shaknoti haiva yas sodhum prak sharira vimokshanat. Prak sharir vimokshan. Till you give up your body. Don't commit suicide. Body will go away anyway. Till the death moment, you should control. You should tolerate this urge. So one side is not exactly suppressing, tolerating. But other side, we have positive side that will come to then we can overcome lusty desire. But one has to keep distance from such kind of objects where one may be impelled. The sexual thoughts will increase, so that kind of objects one has to stay away from. Lust, if satisfied, turns into greed. If it is dissatisfied, turns into anger. So either way, it is dangerous. Like you have desire to get a job of having 5 lakhs per month, like that, and you work hard, and then you somehow become manager somewhere. And then once you get that job, you are manager of that company, and you get 5 lakhs per month. Then you see that top owner has much more salary. He's earning 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs per month. Then you feel, why not that? Then I want to get that position now. So it will become greed if lust is satisfied. And if not satisfied, it will turn into anger. That fellow, he came in between me and that object I wanted. So either way, it is dangerous. It begins with lust. That's why nip it at the bud. In the beginning, only root it out. So lust only we have to work on. So how the remedy now, which is most important, that is part of our discussion. How to get rid of lust that never satiates. The first is Kama Krishna Karmarpani. In Shri Prem Bhakti Chandrika, Shri Narottam Das Thakur Mahasaya tells how to overcome 5 of the 6 anarthas. Lust, pride, greed, envy, anger, illusion. 6 anarthas are there. 5 can be overcome. So lust can be overcome by working hard for Krishna. Kama Krishna Karmarpani. Work hard. So we have here we have small center, but sometimes in temples we have huge pots, sometimes brass pots. 4 devotees can sit inside. If the lid is kept on that, nobody can understand that 4 devotees are sitting inside. Such heavy pots, very heavy and very huge. So scrub them. After cooking, they have to be washed. So you take that service. How many of you washed like that? We have done that in our early days. Huge pots, and you have to rotate it, and you have to rotate. You go around rotation. Yani kani cha papani. Brahma, that is. Because rotating is it takes a lot of effort. Better you only keep moving. That is easier. Keep rotating, and keep scrubbing it. So lust will be purified. Dancing is another way. Dance very jubilantly in kirtan. Then lust will evaporate. Work hard, go out and distribute books 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. It's very helpful. In I think 2003 we had Kumbh Mela in Nasik. So we were I'm not remembering some 5 6 brahmacharis from Pune and 10 15 from Radha Gopinath Temple Mumbai. 15 around we were in Nasik for a few days and we were distributing BTG magazine. BBT had produced a special version, less pages and cheap, 5 rupees only in 2003, 5 rupees. So then we were distributing, and every day on an average, we were distributing 5,000 plus BTGs, 10 15 of us. But then there was Shahi Snan day, one day when that Amrut appears, that period, that moment. And that time, taking bath is very auspicious and all that. People go to, nobody sees the nectar, it seems, but people take bath. So that day, much more crowd comes. So then we all decided one day before. So tomorrow we have to distribute more. So how much? So 10,000 minimum we have to distribute, almost double. So then so then what to do? It's a big target. So then we'll go early also. So then morning only we took prasad, 9 o'clock something, 9:30 we left. 10 o'clock we reached. Ram Ghat is there. Uh, Godavari flows there. And we were all put in our position. And then lakhs of pilgrims, they were coming. So morning 10, and we were going on 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Now 7 o'clock somewhere, whatever, I don't know what, 6:30, 6:45, some 7 o'clock was the time for Shahi Snan. So the crowd was all there at Godavari only. And on the road, there were less people comparison. So then some devotee brahmachari said, Prabhu, now hardly any people are there at Godavari taking bath. I want to go, I am going. Do you want to come? So some brahmacharis went, 3, 4, 5, 6. I said, no, I will not go. So because less people were there, so then I thought I have been standing for 9 hours. I'll just little bit sit. There is no place to sit on the road only. So I just bent my knees, and when I sat on my what you call like this on this only, you understand how we that posture. Then I understood. My God, legs are paining like anything. For 9 hours we're standing, 10 to 7, 9 hours like that. But after some 10 15 minutes, I again got up and we distributed few more. Then we came back, and then next day we had counted and all that. And next day announcement was we have distributed 11,000 plus PTGs. Haribo! We were so happy. We just wanted to cross 10,000, but one more 1,000 extra was distributed. It was very good. So I have to work very hard. If you don't work hard, then it will be difficult. Lust will not evaporate. We have to perform Bhaktimay Seva, devotional services. That will purify us. All the time we should be engaged. Our senses should be engaged in the service of master of the senses, Rishikesh. Rushikena Rushikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. Rushikena, Rushik means senses. Rushikena, ena means by. By the senses, Rushikesha, master of the senses, to be served. Rushikena Rushikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. That is called as Bhakti. So we have to make sure our hands are whatever, sweeping, cooking, cutting sabji, or making garlands, offering garlands. So many services are there. Millions of services are there for all of us. Those who are grahasthas at home only, you can have altar, photos of the Lord or deities. So deities are there, then you can bathe them also once in a fortnight, once in a month, every Ekadashi, or once in a week, or daily also, depending on schedules of Prabhuji and Mataji. They can offer garlands every day. Mataji can stitch, make the garlands and offer. Flowers can be offered. Bhoga can be cooked. Bhoga can be offered. So many things can be done. Millions of services are created by Prabhupada. And then we can be completely engaged. So our senses are engaged in satisfying the senses of Lord Krishna. So our lust will evaporate and love will develop. Also, we can pray to Madan Mohan. Madan means sex god, Cupid, Kandarpa. So he is attracting everyone. स्कन्दार्पकोटिकामनीय विशेषशोभं गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. So Krishna is called as Madan Mohan. Once there is one place near our Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan, ISKCON temple, Madan Ter. So Kamdev came, lust personified, the sex god. He came to attract Krishna because he had heard Krishna is very beautiful and all that. So he should be charmed by my charming feats. So he came and he has his bow made up of sugar cane. You have here. So don't see bow of Cupid, sex god. You see the here it is not bow, but whatever. Four are standing there, two here, two there. Sugar cane. So bow is there, and then arrow. How many arrows? Five, and made up of flowers. That's why one of the names of Krishna is Fulashara Jojaka Kama. Fulashara. Shara means arrow. Ban. Tir. Many Sanskrit words are there. Fula, made up of flowers. So Krishna is transcendental Cupid. How many are second initiated here? Only two. Oh, two of us. So one of the names of Krishna which we recite in Gayatri Mantra is Ananga. So he doesn't have the body, because Cupid also was cursed, when he tried on Shiva. So Shiva became very angry. He opened third eye and he burnt Cupid. So he got burnt completely. So he became Ananga. He doesn't have body only. Ananga. But Krishna is called as transcendental Cupid. That's why Krishna is also referred to as Ananga. In Gayatri Mantras, we chant his name as Ananga. So he came with his sugarcane bow. He took his first arrow. Five arrows are there. That's why you must have seen in Bollywood movies, maybe Tollywood also. And they show the heart, dil, and dil mein gaya ek tir, one arrow. How many of you seen that two arrows in one heart? You will hardly see. Or three arrows, four arrows, five arrows. No, you will not see, because first arrow is so powerful. Most of the population, 99.9999% of the population is all destroyed. They're all lustfully attracted. So that's why first arrow only is enough. And so much Bollywood movies, they talk so much, मेरा दिल गया हो गया पागल, रात की नींद दिन का चैन हराम हो गया, करवटें बदलता रहता हूँ, तू ही तू दिखती है, तू यहाँ तू वहाँ, तू कहाँ नहीं. So much, and it's a big problem. He has got calm row, and he's telling, my disease is so nice. I have so many symptoms of seeing her here, there, everywhere. And then the music director, he is giving music, and so many people are dancing behind. Yeah, तू पागल हो गया, दिन का नींद रात का चैन हराम हो गया, तेरा जीवन आबाद हो गया, काश मेरा भी जीवन आबाद होता, मैं क्यों बर्बाद. Why don't have girlfriend? I should also have a girlfriend, somebody like that. And millions are watching that. So this is the foolishness of the civilization. But we, after coming to bhakti, we understand that it's a big problem, calm row we have, and we need kamaushati, some medicine, and that is holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So he took his flowery arrow and he set it on the string. He pulled the string to his ears. And then whosoever you want to shoot, you have to aim at that person. Na? So Krishna is the one object of his shoot. So he looked at Krishna's lotus face, moon-like face, Krishna Chandra, Vrindavan Chandra, so beautiful that he got so charmed that his arrow and bow fell down and he also fell. He became unconscious. So that place is called a Madan Ter. Sometimes I call it as Madan Dher. Madan Dher ho gaya udhar. He fell unconscious. So Madan Ter. So one, not one Cupid. In each universe, one Cupid. One is enough in one universe. He completely destroys everyone. So like that, Anantakoti Brahmandas are there. So Anantakoti Cupids are there. They are all attracted to Krishna. Kandarpa Koti. Kamaniya. Kamaniya means what? Charming. Krishna is so beautiful. Vishesha Shobha. So we should pray to Madan Mohan. He Sambandha Gyan Vigraha also. Now we have Vedic literature talking about three things: Sambandha Gyan, Abhidaya, and Prayojan. And accordingly, there are deities of this and Acharyas also. So for Sambandha Gyan, the deity is Madan Mohan and Acharya is Sanatan Goswami. So we can pray to Sanatan Goswami. We can pray to Madan Mohan. Devotees have photos of Madan Mohan. Currently, they are in Karauli. Otherwise, we have in Vrindavan also Madan Mohanji. We can pray to him. Please, O Lord, let me not get charmed by this sexual attraction. Let me be charmed by your beauty, which is original beauty and eternal beauty. Otherwise, the beauty of this world is here today, gone tomorrow. Any beautiful girl, whether Miss Universe also, how much is her beauty lasting? Counted 365 days. 366th day, she is not beautiful. Another girl is chosen as next Miss Universe. Like 2025 Miss Universe is outdated. In 2026, another girl. Then 2027, another one. Nobody is, again, any reselection happens. Like sometimes politicians, they again get re-elected, like Narendra Modi, earlier Indira Gandhi. But is there any girl who was chosen as Miss Universe and next year or after 2, 3 years, again she became Miss Universe? No question. So the beauty of this world is very fleeting, temporary. Here today, gone tomorrow. So let me not be attracted to the fleeting beauty of this world, O Lord, but your eternal, permanent beauty. Let me be attracted to that. Please help me to control my wicked mind. We can pray to Madan Mohan. Śrīla Prabhupāda said by training, one can forget sex life completely. So training is required. That's why traditionally brahmacharis were trained from the age 5 only. The sexual desire will develop somewhere at the age of 12, puberty. 7 years before only the child is sent to Gurukul, which is deep in the forest. 50 kilometers around, there is not even smell of any woman. What a powerful environment. Certainly there would be women like Guru Mata, but she's elderly lady many times, and the children are small. So such kind of protective environment was there, and training was very high class. And then they could. That's how Arjun could say to that Urvashi that you are my mother. There are so many others examples also who could overcome it. So it can be overcome. The next is chanting. So in one sense, this is the first one. Chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is transcendental sex. Radha Krishna, the divine couple. Prabhupada writes in 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 8th verse, purport. When a devotee chants Hare Krishna, Krishna and his internal potency are dancing on the tongue of the chanter. So in the Ras Leela, Krishna and Radharani and Gopis, they danced, they sang. So this is there for us on our tongue itself. How many of you seen in Vrindavan Rasa Mandal? You'll see a platform of cement raised above the ground, some 1, 2 feet. How many of you seen? So that is called a Rasa Mandal. Krishna had his Ras Leela 5,000 years back in that spot. Next to Radha Kund, near Govindev temple, you'll have Ras Mandal. Several places in Vrindavan, they have erected those platforms, circular, because they would go in circle, they would dance. And some platform, there will be some bench also for Radha Krishna to sit. So that is the case with our tongue only. On the tongue only, Radha Krishna are dancing. So this is transcendental sex. Ras Leela, Rasa dance. Who knows the definition of Rasa dance? Or in Sanskrit, Rasa Nritya. So we have to know. Rasa Nritya means when one boy dances with many young girls, that is called as Ras Nritya. So Krishna was the only male and all others were females, gopis, and he's dancing. There are many varieties of dances, no? Ballroom dance, cabaret dance, this dance. So rasa nrutya means when one boy dances many. So Krishna is doing that. So chanting is that. Directly Radha Krishna are dancing on the tongue and we can experience that. So this is remedy given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says anybody who chants Iha haite sarva siddhi haibe sabar. If only people chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they will achieve all perfection just by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So to the degree you are chanting attentively, more you chant, better quality chanting you do, you will be able to overcome sexual desire. Otherwise, sex desire doesn't go away. It remains and it will come. That's why years later also even brahmacharis can be living ashram and feeling like marrying and all that because it's very powerful. By serving Vaishnavas, we get their blessing. By their blessing, one can overcome sex desire. But sometimes it so happens, or many times it happens. In ashram, brahmacharit, when they grow into seniority, some kind of pride, something, they offend other brahmacharis, senior brahmacharis. Then sex desire comes in their heart. And then they feel four walls of ashram are eating me. They will devour me. Let me go out. I need to have a woman. I need to get married. And they leave also. So one has to remain cool and chant attentively Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Chant inoffensively, respect everyone and be very humble and chant. Namacharya Haridas Thakur in the dead of night, prostitute in Benapur district of Bangladesh, current Bangladesh, earlier East Bengal, was sent by Ramchandra Khan to assassinate his character. She was so beautiful. Laksha Hira was her name, some say. For having her for one night, one had to give her 1 lakh diamonds. That was her cost. Payment one had to make. And she was easily available. So this shows that when you progress in bhakti, the topmost things will come free of cost for you. Somebody gifted me iPad free of cost. He said, no, bro, gift for you. I said, no, how much will temple will pay? He said, no, take it like that only. So many things will come to you free of cost. So one should not get allured. So she was so costly and he got free of cost. And she was ready to come every night also. But we know how he kept on chanting. So one should never think my chanting is over. What was the formula of Namacharya Ardhasabha? He said, yes, I will satisfy you, but later. When later? After completing my rounds, prescribed number of rounds. And how many rounds he had planned to chant? 100 crore holy name. So we should also plan like that. And we should never think my chanting is over. Okay, today's 16 rounds are over. No, quantitatively may be over, qualitatively not over. 27,648 holy names did I pronounce today. How many of you completed 16 rounds today? Oh, really? Only handful. 5, 6 devotees. Myself, yeah. Others have not completed. How many have completed 15 rounds? 14 rounds? 13? 12? 10? Sorry, 11? 10? 9? 8? 7? 6? 5? 4? 3? 2? 1? 0. 0, no one. Okay, so you can chant after the class, after the prasadam. So even if we have chanted 16 now, did I pronounce 27,648 holy names if I completed 16 rounds? And if I did I hear that? That is next challenge because ignorance attacks and the tongue is not vibrating, it's slurring. That's why one of who is leader here, Dinesh Prabhu, I was feeling that you can put a video camera without anyone's knowledge. You begin chanting at 4:45 around after Shiksha Astak. Somewhere at 5:15, 5:30, because that time everybody is fully absorbed. So today I felt that if only I had a camera with stand, I would have put it and it should be rotating. This one was working. This is too active, rotating quickly, going in all directions. I wanted to see the footage, the daytime you can show of our morning chanting, and we can show to devotees. See, Prabhu, what was happening with you? A spell was put on you, and you were clean bowled like that. So we have to stand. We have to tell the devotees, please wake me up, Prabhu, if you find me sleeping. And when they touch your body, don't shout at them, become angry. Stand up, walk, whatever it takes, chant. Pronounce clearly. 27,600 holy names should come out of our mouth every day, clearly. And then next challenge is hearing. In this mind is to be controlled. It's very difficult. At least sleep you can overcome because it is gross physical attack. For overcoming sleep, you just have to break the posture in which you are sitting while chanting. Because that is the posture which has proved to be the most comfortable posture for you to sleep, not to chant. You have slept in that posture very comfortably. Now you have to break that posture. This is the posture recommended, one of the Vajrasana it is called. Or Padmasana. Take this leg on this lap and this leg on this lap. It is difficult. Padmasana. If it is difficult, you can do Ardha Padmasana. Only one leg on one lap, other leg normal. It's Ardha Padmasana. But it will be nice if we can sit in Padmasana also. Yogis sit like that. And concentration increases. All three, the head, neck, and back, they're in straight line. Then concentration is much more. So chanting is most important. If only you can chant nicely, easily sexual drive, this lust will be overcome. Next he says, yeah. So this our I was telling about Namacharya Haridas Thakur. He did not say no. Hmm? We should say yes to Krishna and later to Maya. Maya Devi, I will satisfy you, but later, not now. Now I have some service after that. So then she says, okay, no problem. I will come later. But later should never come. Just like in the shopkeepers' shops, you will see. They what they write? Aaj nakad kal udhar. Correct? In English, they write today cash and something like you can borrow tomorrow. So no matter which day you go and you say yesterday I came and I saw cash today and what do you call borrowing tomorrow. So I have come now. Tomorrow means today. Now give. No, just see what is written. Cash today. Today you have to give cash, borrowing tomorrow. No matter whichever day you go, the same formula remains. So like that, we should say Maya later, later, later. Later should never come because we have so many services to Krishna. Next he says Yayati, Pururava, Saubhari Muni. All these stories we should hear. They are there in Bhagavatam. If you just read Bhagavatam daily, 1 hour ideally minimum. So then Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Nashta Prayashu Abhadreshu. Abhadras will go, and one of the top anarthas, Abhadra, inauspicious things in our heart is lust. Just by hearing only, we'll reach to that conclusion. Yeah, it's all temporary. It doesn't satisfy. Similarly, we should hear Krishna's pastimes with the gopis. Vikriditam brajavado viridam cha Vishnu Shraddhanvito no shunayad athavarnayedya Bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhya kamam Rudrogamashu apahinoti achirena dhiraha. There are 5 chapters of Raslila. Rasa Panchadhyay. Pancha Adhyay, 5 chapters in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 10th canto. So last chapter, last verse, Shukdev Goswami is concluding entire episode of Ras Leela to Parikshit Maharaj through this verse. What is saying? Vikriditam Vrajavadhubi Ridam cha Vishnu. These pastimes of Vrajavadhus, gopis with Vishnu, he is saying purposefully. To make it clear, don't think this is some sexual affair between young boy and many young girls. No, this Krishna is the origin of Vishnu. Because as soon as we hear Vishnu, immediately Vishnu, Lakshmi is Mata. But Radha Krishna, they look like young boy and girl, my boyfriend and my girlfriend. Like that approach is there. That's why in deity worship, acharyas for us have recommended we have to worship them in the mood of Lakshmi Narayan. Radha Krishna are worshipped, but mood inside has to be I am worshipping Lakshmi Narayan. Those who do deity worship, they know they are trained like that. Very much awe and reverence is required. We have to be very respectful and all that. You cannot treat them like Radha Krishna. You have to treat them like Lakshmi Narayan only. So Lakshmi is Jagan Mata and Vishnu is Narayan is Jagat Pita. It's very reverential. So if that is there, then it will help. So Vikriditam Rajavadhubi Ridam cha Vishnu, these transcendental pastimes of Krishna with the gopis. Shraddhanvito Anushrunayad Athavarna Yedyah. Shraddhanvito, filled with Shraddha, Anushrunayad, if one hears, like all of you are hearing. Athavarna Yedyah, yeah, or fir describing them, like I am describing now. Kirtan. Shravanam Kirtanam of Krishna's pastime with the gopis. Bhaktim Param Bhagavati. Towards the Supreme Lord, one will develop supreme bhakti, highest devotional service. Bhaktim Param Bhagavati Pratilabhya Kamam. And what will happen to calm lust? Apahinoti, it will be purified. Achirena Dhiraha. Very soon one will be becoming Dhira. Dhira means one who is in knowledge. That's why reading scriptures is very important daily. Because that brings us to goodness, that brings us to knowledge. We become Dhira. In lust is experienced when you are adhira, impatient. No, it's a passion. I want quickly. instant tea, instant coffee, instant this, instant that, very fast, like that rabbit and tortoise. So slow and steady wins the race. We need to come to the mode of goodness, become dhira, be people in knowledge, and then we are not getting carried away. श्रद्धान्वितो अनुशृणुयाद अथ वर्णयदीय भक्तिं परां भगवती प्रतिलभ्य कामं रुद्रोगम. This is rudrog. This is heart disease. Many people say, na, some people say in world, I have heart disease, my heart is very weak. That means they are susceptible for getting heart attack. They might have already got 1 or 2 heart attack. Actually that is not the case. Every one of us have this. We have this rudrog, disease of the heart. Lust is that disease, and attack is 24/7. Those people who have heart disease, they get attack how many? 2 times, 3 times. Generally by third time person dies. Let's say 4 or 5 times and then he's dead. But we have got so many heart attacks for so many lifetimes, and we die only. Spiritual life, we experience death. We are dead to spiritual practices because of lust. So one should hear Krishna's pastimes with the gopis. We can read Krishna book. Its recommendation is every night devotee should read half an hour Krishna book before sleeping. How many of you do that? Very good. Huh? 10 minutes. Okay. You can try to increase little by little. So it is very helpful. Krishna's pastimes. Then he says, Shravanam and Manan. These combinedly lead to Sakshatkar. Shravanam and contemplation. Whatever you hear, you think about it, that will lead to realization. What realization? That today's beauty is no more beauty tomorrow. The young beautiful girl, Miss Universe of today, tomorrow she is not beautiful. Just like grapes, artificial grapes hanging in the car between the driver and this, you'll find that. How many of you seen their resins hanging there? They are dry grapes, isn't it? Grapes, you keep it in the dry sun, in the sunlight, they will become resins. Will they be hanged there? They are not attractive. The grapes look very attractive, though they are artificial, but they look attractive. So the beauty of this world is temporary. Without smooth skin, so what will be the beauty of the member of the opposite sex? Brahmaji's packaging department is so nice. We have got such a smooth skin over what? Over bones, over flesh, over muscles, blood, mucus, urine, stool, bile, pus. What dirty substances are there in this body? But the packaging department is so high class. Just like you receive some gift pack, some carton kind of thing, and you are so happy, very bored, and you open inside and you find there is stool, urine, bile, all nasty. You know that story of liquid beauty? Yeah, all heard it. That man was attracted to a beautiful girl, and she said, "Come after 7 days to my this address." And he went, sure enough, and the door was opened by one very ugly girl, and he said, "Where is that Miss Sweetie? I'm." She had invited me today's appointment. She said, "I'm only Miss Sweetie, huh? Not you. She's so beautiful. You may be the maid servant here." She said, "No, look carefully. I'm the same." And then he looked carefully and, "Hey, how you became so ugly?" He said, "I have extracted my beauty, removed from my body and stored it very nicely. Would you like to enjoy that?" He said, "Yeah, why not?" Then she said, "In that vessels, in those vessels." So he was very attracted. He went and he removed the lid. It was so stinking. She took laxatives and purgatives, and she was passing urine, stool, and she had the loose motions, and she stored all that stuff very nicely and presented to him. Then he said, "All right, it's very bad." In the outside, there are mutton shops. You find that the goat and all cut, and there is flesh there. How many of us get attracted to that flesh? There is nothing beautiful there. So that is what is there inside our body. But only thing, the skin cover is so high class packaging only, that we get attracted to. Sex life will not lead to happiness. This we have to understand. Those who have gone through, they are not happy. They want more and more and more. If it was happiness producing, they would have said, "Okay, done. Now I'm completely happy." No, again it comes up. Also, it is a loss of vital energy of the body. 64 drops of blood make into 1 drop of semen. And during sexual activity, so many drops of semen are released from the body. Only the Prabhujis who are Grahasthas for procreation should use this facility. Otherwise, not. Nobody else who are unmarried, they are not supposed to lose semen. Semen, when it is not lost, when doesn't go downward, then it goes upward. It flows upward and it goes in the brain. And the person becomes very beautiful, very effulgent, very intelligent, very physically powerful, because so much energy is there in the body, because one has not gone through that. So one should, Dhanvantari says in Ayurveda, Maranat Bindu Patanat. Bindu means semen drop. One drop of semen, Patanat, one loses it. Maranat, one comes closer to death. So very quickly that's why brahmacharis can be long living, because they don't allow. And grihasthas also only for procreation, not otherwise. When you develop higher taste, you are not attracted to lower taste. One can remember the vows one has taken during initiation, that no illicit sex. So there is no question of going for any illicit activity. Then one can also know that it is not pleasing to Guru and Krishna. If you are going to satisfy your sexual pursuit and suddenly your Guru comes there, will you be going on with the same? No, no question. Prabhupada comes, you will immediately stop it. So it is not pleasing to Guru and Krishna, so I should not go for that. It is, one can meditate on the eyebrows of Krishna. Here you can see, because deities are black, Madhav, so they purposefully make the eyebrows yellowish, like that. Because otherwise, black skin and black eyebrows, you can't see the features properly. But because Krishna is originally blackish like that, so it is recommended that the deities be of black color. Though in ISKCON we have white color, and that is also bona fide. Loknath Swami Maharaj says, every evening when Krishna is coming after grazing the cows, 9 lakh cows Nanda Maharaj had, the dust would be raised by the hooves of the cows, and the dust would come down on his body, Krishna's body, and settle there. So though Krishna is black, he looks whitish. That is called a Panduranga. Panduranga. His limbs are whitish. So that's why we have white deities also, white marble deities also. But looking at Krishna's eyebrows, they are compared to the bow. So the bow of Cupid is irresistible, but meditating on Krishna's eyebrows also removes sexual desire. Better meditate on after effects of sex than sex. After sex, what is the experience of the man? He has lost his energy, vital energy. So physically is weak, mentally is weak, intelligence is not working, is exhausted. That's why in human beings that facility is not there for more than few times a day. 5-6 times a day, one may have sex. That's it. Pigeons have 60 times a day. So you can see pigeons, as soon as they sit, they're rotating around each other and all that. But human beings are not like that. And then more one goes for it, more one loses determination. One has to control it. In Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 11th chapter onwards, Narad Muni is telling to Yudhishthir Maharaj. So he says, Asankalpat Jayet Kama. By being determined that I will not go for this kind of mundane sex, one can Jayet, conquer over Kamam, lust. One has to be very determined. One has to stay also in the association of devotees. Then it will be easy. You can see Ajamil was not in the association of devotees. He went out somewhere in the forest and he got a very bad association and got carried away. Another tip is neglect the mind or tolerate these thoughts. In the second chapter, 72nd last verse, he said, Apuryamanam achala pratishtam samudramapam pravishanti yadvad tadvad kamaye pravishanti sarve sasha, sashantim apnoti na kama kami. So in the ocean, so many rivers gush in. Each river brings hundreds and thousands of liters of water and so many hundreds of rivers, but still the ocean is calm, composed. And if you go deep in the ocean, then there are no waves only there. Waves are only on the surface, top surface. So like that, one has to be neglecting the mind's, all these waves. Mind has so many waves. Mind becomes strong by philosophical discussion. So a lot of philosophy should be discussed. सिद्धांत बोलिया चित्ते ना कोरे आलस यहाँ है ते कृष्ण लागे सुदृढ़ मानस. I think in the fourth chapter of Adilila, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is recommending Siddhanta Bolia, speak. That's why brahmacharis are supposed to give lot of classes. Or recently Chaitanya Charan Prabhu came, na? So in 2004, both of us would together go to IIT Kharagpur twice for preaching. So we would go together, stay there for 12 days, come back. He would give classes to first years, I would give classes to senior vice residents. everyday classes. And so we were good friends. So we were discussing. So just like that, so many things we would discuss. So he asked me, so how many classes you give? Or I asked him, how many classes you give? You seem to be giving a lot of classes. He said, yes. This year I have taught minimum 500 classes. 500. Right. Then I was calculating how much I was giving, how many. Then I thought it was comes to 200 around. Once in 3 days, two classes, something like that. So in 365 days, around 200 classes I was giving. So I was thinking, oh, maybe in future I should also try like this, giving 300 classes, 400 classes, or if possible, 500 classes in a year. Like you understand? No? 365 days, 500 classes means what? In 2 days you give three classes around, or every day more than one, something like that. The more you speak the philosophy, Siddhanta bolia chitte na kore alas. Don't be lazy in your mind for speaking the philosophy. Siddhanta bolia chitte na kore alas iha haite. If you keep speaking philosophy, Krishna lagi, to Krishna lagi, lag jayega. Sudruda manas, your mind will stick to Krishna. Yaha haite Krishna lagi sudruda manas. Your mind will remain fixed on Krishna. That's why devotees should take all the opportunities to preach. If nothing else, at least distribute books. Because in distributing books, some philosophy you have to speak. Sir, please take this book, Perfection of Yoga. Here it is said how our mind cheats us. Arjun is saying, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna Brahmati Balodrudam. And Arjun, Krishna is saying, yes, Asamshayam Mahabhav. Difficult to overcome this mind's attack. But one can by continuous practice and detachment. So you get an opportunity to speak philosophy. The more you speak philosophy, more your mind will become fixed on Krishna, and then it will not be distracted by lusty affairs, lusty thoughts. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says those afflicted by sex should meditate on Shankhachud Vadalila. You know, in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, that pastime is there. When Krishna and Balram they were having their Ras Leela, one point of time. So this Shankachud, he was passing by and then he happened to see. Then he saw, hey, so many young girls, and why these two boys? I am more powerful because he had defeated, in one sense, Kamsa also, Shankachud. It is pastime described in Garga Samhita, how these two fought vigorously and they were throwing each other in the air like that. Then ultimately, Garga Muni comes and says, stop it, This Kamsa is supposed to be killed by Krishna, and you, Shankachud, you will also will not be killed like this. So why do you fight? Nobody can, you cannot kill him, you cannot kill him. Better you become friends. So they became friends. But Shankachud, then he took away the gopis. He was chasing them, taking away. Then Krishna told Balram that they both chased after them. And after some time, he got scared. They have come very close, they will kill me. So he left the gopis there. And then immediately Krishna told Balram, you look after the gopis, I will take care of him. Krishna ran with very high speed, caught him, and punched him and killed him on the spot. He removed the shankha, like jewel was there, from his forehead, and he gifted it to Balram. Then they said the Balram gifted it to, sometimes it is said Shata Chandranana, or some other times it is said he gifted it to Radharani. So this pastime we should hear. It is given very elaborately in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, or Krishna book Prabhupada has given. So when you meditate on this pastime, our sexual, because he was afflicted by sex and he was killed by Krishna. Just by hearing the pastime, the particular anartha is in our heart is killed. Just like Putana we were discussing yesterday. Putana represents false gurus, fake gurus, pseudo gurus. By hearing that pastime or reading that pastime, our attraction to false gurus will diminish. Another in 6th canto, 8th chapter, 17th verse, recommendation is Sanat Kumaro Avatu Kama Devat. A prayer to Sanat Kumar to be protected from sex desires. You know, four Kumaras, the four sons of Brahmaji. They were produced quite in the beginning. They are the first creation of Brahma for procreation. And as soon as they grew to the age of 5 or so, Brahmaji said, now you all get married and produce hundreds and thousands of children because our service is population, increasing population. They said nothing doing. We will not marry, we will not produce children. In fact, sex desire develops at a certain stage of one's age. We will not grow to that age only. We will remain eternally 5-year young children only. Forget it. So they remained. So Brahmaji became angry. And through that anger, then Rudra came. But these are four Kumaras. These are four Brahmacharis. Eternally they are Brahmacharis. And head of them all is Sanat Kumar. So one should pray to Sanat Kumar. My dear Sanat Kumar, please bless me that I not be attracted by sex desire. Then it will be possible. And the last, you can say, there are unlimited other ways, but Prabhupada said, taking shelter of Śrīla Prabhupada, Prabhupada said, who is this Mr. Lust? I will kick him with my boot on his face. So we should take shelter of Śrīla Prabhupāda's lotus feet. So remain at that lotus foot of Prabhupada, inside the boot, in between the soul and Prabhupada's lotus foot. You get a space somehow. There is eternal, unlimited space there. If you want to be there, you'll get. And then when you say, Prabhupada, I am feeling sexually agitated, I'll say, okay. Then you lift his foot. So you will also punch on Mr. Sex, Mr. Lust, when Prabhupada is kicking with his foot. So that power is there in Prabhupada. Prabhupada was so powerful. He never got attracted to anybody, except so many beautiful girls came to him, but he engaged them in Krishna service. He was least bothered about any kind of externals. Okay, so any question? Yes. Hmm? Patience also is required. Brahmacharis become desperate sometimes. Boys sometimes feel, I want to be brahmachari, but so much sexual agitation. Maybe I should not join. No, they can join. Brahmacharis are also not free from sexual thoughts, but as they practice sincerely, as I said, japa particularly, kirtan or like that, then the mind will be purified, and then one understands. Yeah. Hmm. Yes. Or students are working the world. Whatever they do, they have to do it for Krishna. Job also they can do for Krishna. Once His Grace, Vrindavan Anand Prabhu, who was the top in MBA in Mumbai University, he is the one who brought His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrita Swami Maharaj because they were classmates. He was the topper, Anand Vrindavan Prabhu. So Anand Vrindavan Prabhu asked Maharaj, His Holiness Anand Swami Maharaj, that I feel like I should work very hard and give money to Krishna. But some devotees say I should not work very hard. Is it so? Maharaj said, no. Who said like that? You can work hard. You work hard for Krishna, and what money you earn, give a lot of it to Krishna. So they can do that because that passion is there in youthful days or in that phase of life. So one can work hard, but give it to Krishna. Give the vast majority of it. So no problem. Whatever they are doing, they should do it for Krishna. Then it will be evaporated. Dust will be evaporated. If everybody can give up their job and become brahmacharis, nothing like that. But how many can do that? So then whatever you have, engage it in Krishna service. That's why in Hindi we have slogan, na, कुछ छोड़ना नहीं है, जोड़ना है. Nothing has to be given up, just has to be connected to Krishna. So connected to Krishna, whatever you are doing. Mind is always unstable, degree differs. Very rarely somebody's mind is very stable. For that, one of the points is Sthita Pragya. You can read from 2.54 is the question. Sthita Pragyasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava. Sitatim kim prabhasheta kim asita brajeta kim. Arjuna asks, and then Krishna answers from 55 onwards. You can read all those shlokas, 2.54 till end. In that only Dhyato Vishan Pumsa 62, 63, they all come. So one can read scriptures and make oneself steady. Mind can become steady by philosophy. Yes. Suffocating. Okay. That's what Puro Vasanas are there, no? So they will impel. I was giving example of Ajamil. In previous life, he was a brahmachari. But then you can see how that curse, something happened, some interaction, and it worked exactly. He was quite pure till age 20. There was absolutely no sin. And then suddenly, one scene, and he got completely carried away for next around 65 years or 68 years. Completely lost control. So we have purva vasanas, those deep impressions are there, samskaras inside in our subtle body, and they may surface time and again. So that's why one has to be fully engaged in Krishna consciousness. Then all these impressions will be wiped off, and one can progress in bhakti. And anytime that kind of thoughts come, we can become humble and think, I'm not a pure devotee. Sometimes, how many of you feel I am now a great devotee? At least, that thought comes. Na? For brahmacharis, it can be all the more. I have conquered sex desire. So that pride is not good. Then better to get sex thought, because sex thoughts makes one humble. Prabhu Hare Krishna. Any service, Prabhu? But when you get so many accomplishments in life, then you become proud. Pride will lead to offenses to devotees. But when you are agitated sexually, you'll become humble. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I'm very fallen, Prabhu. Prabhu, please give mercy. So this is very good. So that's why I tell brahmacharis, better to get sex thought than to get pride. Yes. Hmm? Hmm.
So sometimes services, sometimes only some
That's why bhakti only. Bhakti only you have to practice very strongly, especially morning program. This is like charging our batteries. We charge our mobile in off hours in one sense, isn't it? Not in active hours. Daytime we don't keep charging. Night time or early morning hours. So that throughout day when we need the mobile the most, it is functioning properly. So likewise, early morning hours are very nice hours. Brahma Muhurta. Brahma means spiritual. Spiritual time. Something like 4 o'clock onwards. There are devotees who get up at 2, by 2:30 they take bath, 2:30 to 4:30 they chant 16 rounds, then Mangalati, etc. Then 5:30 to 7:30, another 16 rounds. So 32 rounds they chant daily. And some others chant after Bhagavatam also, 32 more, so 64 daily. So early morning, 4 to 9 around, or 8. This is only for Krishna, nothing else I do. We should not get into anything. So then powerful impressions are being formed and they are put there. So then when you go out, you become what you call, what is the word, English word? You become shielded, huh? Unharmed. Yeah, you get that strength. You are charged up, no? So it doesn't matter then. Yes. Hare Krishna.
I was like, because we have people who then see more, or maybe they will come from our own. So even around in the mind, then so that's the lot when because all of us are practicing, we are asking God to kind of way of and down there. So at what point in time we should move that I'm grateful speak and think this point not beyond it. Like,
but then the audience is also not ready, no? You may be on high platform. Audience may be like very young first year boys come to you. You cannot speak about Ras Lila and all that. You'll have to speak, how God is. And they are asking, sir, we don't believe that there exists God. How can you say? So naturally they will bring you down to their level. And you'll have to answer, no, how there exists a God. So it depends on who the audience is. So naturally, you will speak accordingly. I have seen once in Bangalore only, many years back. My cousin brother was just recently married. So I had invited them that I'm coming to Bangalore. Come, both of you. I want to see your wife also. I'll meet both of you. I was giving class to boys who were all 16 rounders for 4, 5 years. And the class was going on high level. And they came late. Jairadam was over and class had begun on like quite high level. And as soon as they came, I smiled at both of them and said, please sit. And they sat. As soon as they sat, immediately my lecture, it came to device level, discover yourself. And all the boys were, kya, bro? they were, they were all thinking, they understood his cousin brother and his wife has come. So Prabhu came to device level. Because I wanted to speak to them and preach to both of them. They're just young married couple. So I wanted to, and suddenly somehow they came there. They should have come before or after. It would have been one-to-one basis different. So you understand? Audience may not be on that level. So naturally you'll have to come down. And you preach to book distribution and all. There also you cannot speak all these Ras Leela. You'll have to speak about so many rascal Leelas are going on. They have faith in so this guru, that you have to smash. Telling you, read this book. Our guru has smashed all the bogus gurus.
For example, the move on with the people system. It's very basically clear about. But even if we have sometimes that's wrong.
No, that means Jnana Beach. Your heart is not, you have received Bhakti Lata Beach from your spiritual master, but unfortunately you have associated with many others faithfully, and they have awarded you Jnana Beach. And this Jnana Beach is flourishing more than your Bhakti Lata Beach, and that is choking your Bhakti Lata. And Bhakti Lata, which gives rise to humility, is not there, and the pride is there because Gyan leads to pride. You can see all these yogis and all, they become very proud and they curse also. That Durvasa or anyone, they, they immediately pluck out some hair or they say, no, may you become this or may you become that. So that anger comes because they have pride, they have so much knowledge, dry philosophical. So this comes from Jnana Beach. So we should not take Jnana Beach from anyone. We should hear only in our Guru Parampara. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Our Acharyas, Vishwanath Thakur, Baldev Vidyabhushan, Rupa Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. That's it. We should be chaste to them. Otherwise, Gyan Beach will come in our heart and that will choke bhakti and then we'll develop pride. I know singing, I know this. What you know? And there are 5 factors of action. How many of you know 5 factors of action? See, only he knows, you three. Only few of us know. So then we understand I'm not the only one. Now imagine this same class, none of you were sitting here. I'm the only one. Everything is the same. The carpet is there, chairs are there, Lord is there, but none of you are there. We would have given class of 1 2 hours. No question. One word would not have come out of my mouth. So audience matters. The place matters. Same class we have on that main street. All of us sit. You sit on that side of the footpath. I sit on this side of the footpath. With powerful sound system, you can hear on the other side. Can I give class coherently? Can you hear attentively? Nothing will be accomplished properly. And somebody will come, Jhadu wala, hey, Maharaj, uthiye thoda sa. I have to do my cleaning. Otherwise, I will not get my salary. Sir, thoda sa thoda. 5 minute ke liye utiye Maharaj. उधर बैठिए थोड़ा. You understand, na? So many factors are involved in any action. So how can we be proud that how I give class? Like this vocal cords, who is empowering? Krishna empowered these vocal cords. And then Krishna only gave this sound system. There cannot be question of pride. But pride comes because we have Jnana Bij. Pride comes because of our ignorance. Ahankara, Vimudhatma. We are foolish. So we think, I did it. What? You did it. One thing goes wrong, you could not do that. Impossible. Like that. Isn't it? Like we sometimes it's very nice audience, very nice sound system. I feel like going on kirtan. We go on for 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes kirtan also. But sometimes, while speaking only being giving class, what they call what they call hiccups or something like that happens. And your throat is choked, not nayanam galad ashru dhara and all that. Some bodily dysfunction, something like that. And so much, tears come from the eye. And audience में थे, अरे बाप रे, Prabhuji has reached Bhav Bhakti. Not Bhav Bhakti. I am not able to speak only. It's a disturbance. My throat is choked or whatever. So then devotees bring water and you drink water and still you wipe off tears and the sound is gone quite down slowly. So you understand. So how can we be proud? What can we be proud of? Yesterday I said, nothing makes anything can make a proud person proud, and nothing makes a humble devotee proud. So if you're a humble devotee, nothing can make you proud. What is there on of us? There are shlokas which I memorized and quoted in my classes, and after 10 15 years of not quoting, I have forgotten those shlokas. Can you imagine? Without referring to any notes, I have quoted and I have given explanation of that. And now I cannot quote that shloka because I have forgotten it. Mattah smritir jnanam apahanam. From me only come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So Krishna is the controller. That's why Sarva Loka Maheshwaram is the Lord and Master of all the planets. Loka, and Loka also means people also. He's controlling all of us. And he also says, Ishopnishad first verse, Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjitha ma gurudakasya siddhanam. Everything animate. This is, sorry, animate. We all, living beings, sajiv, and inanimate, like this. Everything animate and inanimate is owned and controlled by the Supreme Lord. We are not in control. I have cold for last 2 3 days. Some of you might have observed. I'm not in my normal health. So much nose running and all that thing. So if I set out of NVCC ISKCON temple just to go out and preach. And just first youth center only I went to COEP college in Pune. And there only I developed this cold on Ekadashi day. And I was wondering I have to go to Bangalore, whether what will happen. And then yesterday and day before I was also feeling little feverish. I was wondering what if fever comes, how will I give classes? So many classes are to be given. I was praying, oh Lord, please, I'm not in control. You can do anything. Let not be fever there at least. Okay, in the running nose, we can use tissue paper or something. But fever is there, it will be very difficult. Brain doesn't function properly. So Krishna is controlling. We are not in control. We are helpless. We are puppets. Jai Prabhupada said, na, nachao, nachao, Prabhu, nachao se mate. Kastere putali jatha, nachao se mate. You have brought me here, O Lord, to this foreign land, and all the people here are passionate, ignorant. I don't know how will I be able to convince them. I cannot. But your message, Bhagavatam, that's why in that Sanskrit poem he has inserted, in that Bangla poem he has inserted Sanskrit uh, as it is shlokas. That is not his creation. That is Ved Vyas. Why is he getting? Because he has faith in the verses of Bhagavatam that Bhagavatam can preach and Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu can remove people's passion and ignorance. So if we read, take shelter of a pure devotee, then our pride gets destroyed. Dambam Mahadupasaya. Narad Muni says to Yudhishthir Maharaj, false pride is destroyed by taking shelter of Mahat, great souls. They'll say, what nonsense. How can you be proud? What are you proud of? You have nothing. Krishna is the controller. We are not in control. Anything can happen. I can have heart attack now and I can die on the spot here on Vyasasan only. This Vyasasan will become my Shavasan. Shav means dead body, no? This will become my Shavasan. Yeah, anything can happen. So we are not in control. We should be humble always. Knowledge means humility. Vidya dadati vinayam. Vidya vinayena shobhati. There is no question of pride. If we serve great souls, Grantha Bhagavat you read, Vyakti Bhagavat, then this pride will be removed. Yes, any other? Hare Krishna. Okay, so then don't read. Continue reading other books, other parts of Bhagavatam, and eventually your heart will be purified. Then you will be able to read it. Another thing you could do is hear from great souls. So they, when they present, they will kind of censor some part because the audience is not up to mark in a sense. They will not, they are not ready for it. Knowing that, they will censor that part and they will present all 5 chapters of Raslila without that part, which may be agitating to some. Like that. So you can hear. Vikriditam Rajabadhuhi Ridam Cha Vishnu Shraddhanvito Anushruniyat. One should hear. So reading we prefer or recommend because we are not able to hear 24 hours. So when nobody is ready to give class, we can have Prabhupada who is ever ready. He is eternal speaker on Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam. So we read his books and that is helpful. But in case we are not ready for it as of now, then just hear in the classes from great souls who will present it the way we can digest. Gita, yes. Yes, whole of Bhagavatam, Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. And in fact, next sloka also says 1 to 19. Tada Rajastamo Bhava Kama Lobha Adayasyaye. Tada, then. So that is little general. Very specific, I was telling, 10th canto, that last sloka of Rasa Panchadhyaya. There it is directly addressing. But here also it is saying Kama Lobha Adayasyaye. In general also it works, and in specific it works all the more. But if in case we are not ready for that high level, Ras Panchadhyay, then in general you read other, so many, there are 300, how many, 50 chapters in Bhagavatam around. So removing 5, we have 345 minimum. A lot, many chapters are there. 18,000 slokas, of that, these 5 chapters, you remove whatever, even if say 1,000, 1,000 are not there, but so 17,000 slokas are anyway there for you. It takes long time to read it. Yes. Any other? First time when I read Bhagavatam, it took 5.5 years for me. I was doing Bhakti Shastri also along with. I had to give Brahman Diksha test also and many other things. Oh, it's not like that. At any a particular time, it may appear. Prabhupada said, thought of sex life is never away from the mind of a conditioned soul. I mean, you may be liberated soul. Sorry, I'm talking about this. Well, I'm a conditioned soul. I thought everybody is a conditioned soul. You may be free from it. But one devotee came like that and he told Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I think I have overcome sex thought. Prabhupada said, call for a doctor. And he said, what? No, Prabhupada, I was saying that maybe I have overcome sex thought. Prabhupada said, call for a doctor. He's gone crazy. He should be taken to mental asylum. He's thinking that he has overcome lust. It will not go away so easily. No, miss, no offense to your lotus feet. You can ask him. Sometimes. If you are very Krishna conscious, that time will not. Because it is said the love between two living entities exhibited when they are dancing in kirtan while raising their hands and chanting loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So while dancing kirtan is going on, Mangalati or street sankirtan, that time it is most likely we are free from sex desire and all that. That's why we can transcend. But then also we take care that Prabhuji's dance together in one part of temple and Mataji's dance together in another part of the temple. Just imagine now we combine the two. My God, it will be difficult. So that's why we have to follow. Which desires? How will not desires? We cannot remove. You have to replace them with spiritual desires.
Shiva can also so they told us, so Krishna told me, I need to come back to the okay, come back to the she started lacking. So how much compassion is required? What type of
If you have compassion, that much only you can show. If I have 10 rupees, I can give you 10 rupees maximum. Or 9 rupees, 8 rupees, anything. As much as you have, that much only, na. As much as Krishna Prem you have developed, the Krishna Prem is only seen in three ways. Name Ruchi, Vaishnava Seva, Jivdaya. So to the degree you don't have Krishna Prem, you don't have infinite compassion. It is said next to Bhaktivedanta Thakur's order to Prabhupada, only other reason for Prabhupada to go to West was extreme compassion for all the fallen conditioned souls. This is the second reason. And only two reasons are there. So that much, because he had infinite Krishna Prem in his heart, so he had that. We don't have that. We just borrow some compassion of Prabhupada and distribute it like that. And compassion means we have to know your limits also. Otherwise, the way Bharat Maharaj showed compassion to that baby deer, and he lost his own bhakti also. He himself became a deer. So that much compassion, you cannot say to a young girl, I will preach to you and you have so much problem. In seclusion, we will sit and preach and I will enlighten you. आपकी सब बत्ती बुझ जाएगी, आप अंधेरे में गिर जाओगे. So don't cross limits. You should know how to preach, how much to preach, whom to preach, when to preach. In the 10th canto, 20th chapter, description of autumn season, one shloka is there, and in that it is said that the what do you call that springs or streams flow a lot in the rainy season, but in the autumn season, because it's autumn description of Vrindavan, sometimes the water is flowing, and some other times there is no water flowing because rains are not heavy, they are drizzling. So sometimes it is flowing, sometimes not flowing. But in the rainy season, it is flowing like anything with high speed and too much quantity. So he giving parallel of that. What does it mean? That saintly people sometimes speak and glorify the Lord like anything, and some other time they remain silent. So when they speak a lot, when they find that favorable audience is there, eager to hear, they speak a lot. Some other time they find all agnostics are there, all atheists are there, or all materialistic people are there, then they keep quiet. They mind their own business. They may chant or they may read or something like that. So you should know when to preach and when not to preach. Not preaching is also a preaching, because Prabhupada also says that one should not increase hostility by one's preaching. So if you preach to people who are not ready for it and have to preach heavily, they can be very dangerous. Hostility is created and creates problem. Again, once His Holiness Bhakti Rasamanu Swami Maharaj, don't take name, I'm not telling name. There was one person in India who was preaching very heavily against Vedas, very powerful. He was practicing some other religion, and he would defeat big scholars of India, Brahmanas and all. He would tell them how your Vedas are wrong and all that. So Bhakti Rasamanu Maharaj thought, "Hey, he's destroying the Sanatana Dharma in one sense." So then he thought, let me confront him. But then anything we want to do, so especially big service, we should seek blessing. So he approached some seniors and said, I thought thinking of confronting him. Is that okay? They said, no, no, no. They are fanatics. You may be able to defeat him based on philosophy, but after that, they will kill you also. So better not go. So Maharaj did not go for it. So no question. And that man went on, but afterwards, I think then the government banned him. He's no more allowed in India now. So because he was very heavily wrong way of preaching and all that. So we have to know when to preach, how to preach and all that. It's an art also. You can learn from senior devotees. We go with senior devotees who are preaching and we learn slowly, slowly, slowly. Then also we may commit some mistakes. We learn from our mistakes also. Yes. Any other? Playing? So you should say Hare Krishna, then hit the ball. That's what Prabhupada do in childhood. Bhavatarini, his sister, and he. So they're playing kite. So then Bhavatarini would lift the kite. She would hold, and the string is in the hands of Prabhupada. And she would say, Hare Krishna. She would, and Prabhupada would say, Hare Krishna. And then they would play kite like that. So you add Krishna to everything you do. To the extent Prabhupada in that book, his lectures on the teachings of Queen Kunti, he says that Krishna is the test of the water, and liquor is nothing but it's a transformation of water. So I herein recommend all the hippies who are addicted to drinking wine that next time onwards, whenever they drink wine, they can think this test in liquor is Krishna. That means go on drinking liquor and say Krishna, Hare Krishna. Wow, so amazing. Krishna is so tasty. And eventually, when they develop taste for Krishna, they will give up liquor also. So add Krishna to your life, whatever you are doing. Preferably don't do forbidden activities like meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication. And in every other aspect of life, add Krishna. Just add Krishna. No, he is very merciful. Have you done any nonsense in life? No, really. I do all nonsense all the time. You are very great soul, pure devotee. Sorry for offending. So, though I have been doing nonsense for many lifetimes and in this life as a brahmachari also, Krishna is very mercifully there in my heart and he gives me the intelligence. Now you should eat now. Now you should take rest. Now you should do this. He's guiding me 24 by 7. In fact, my counselor is Radhesham Pr. He is all around the world. But Paramatma is my actual, real, close counselor. And he's all the time guiding me. So he's very merciful. Despite all the nonsense I do, he's not leaving my heart. The moment he leaves my heart, I will die on the spot. Because death means actually Paramatma leaves heart first. And then Atma leaves. And then the subtle body and all that. So Lord is very merciful. He's not a taskmaster. Most merciful. He is going free. Now see, nice sunlight is there now. It's so soothing. He's giving fresh air. He's giving fresh water. He's no, we are able to breathe all throughout this class 1 2 hours. We have been breathing. Imagine with the class starting, breathing stop, we would be dead at the end. By the end, but that did not happen. So Krishna is very merciful. Don't think of him as a cruel person. Two things we have to learn. You can see in 4.14, 5.15, and 9.3 or 9, three verses. Prabhupada is quoting the same shloka in Bhagavad Gita. Why is he quoting that? Because it will increase the volume of the book. But it is most important verse and it is from Vedanta Sutra. What is the verse? Vaishamya nirgrunne sapekshatvat yatha hi darshati. Vaishamya. Don't see Vishamta, unfairness in the Lord. And nirgrunne. Don't label him as cruel. Krishna is most merciful. Krishna bada daya mein, and Krishna is he's fair. What we say, Krishna is unfair. This is what happened in my life. Krishna is unfair, and he's very cruel. How can this happen in my life? My relative died. He was so dear to me. How can Krishna do this? This is not good. Krishna is very cruel. So this is should not be there. If only you understand this, your bhakti will be very proper. That's why Prabhupada has quoted in three places. Not necessarily every place he quotes sloka, but the meaning is given. Vaishamye nirgunne sapekshatvat yata hi darshayati. Like that. And it's a Vedanta Sutra, very tough to understand. But I heard its meaning, very amazing meaning given by one, I think, Param Purush Prabhu, Pradhan Purush Prabhu, very nice. So don't label Krishna as a taskmaster, cruel. No, he's very merciful. How many of you agree? You go on with your nonsense, still Krishna is taking care of you. Ah, I feel ashamed as a brahmachari. So much nonsense goes on inside, not so much extent. But Krishna is tolerating. That's why I'm convinced there is no one more tolerant than Krishna. And from him, I learn little bit tolerance. If he's tolerating me so much, I should be at least little bit tolerant in life. Sometimes devotees in preaching, because of abundance problem, people sometimes say, Prabhu, this person, I don't think is fit for preaching. He should not come to our devotee community. I say, no. If I can be a devotee in ISKCON, I'm completely convinced anybody and everybody can become devotee in ISKCON. Because I'm such a rascal, but I'm still continuing as a devotee. That to senior devotee, senior brahmachari. Everybody can be a devotee. Krishna is very merciful. Yes. Any other? Mataji, we did not ask. Do Mataji have a question? No, Mataji is increased somehow. 8 are there. Any question? So we'll end. With your permission only we'll end. Otherwise, I am ready to go on. There is nothing else to do in life. सिद्धांत बोलिया चित्ते ना करे आलस यहाँ हेते कृष्ण लागी सुदृढ़ मान there is 9:48 10:48 11:48 12:48 doesn't matter. But for your pleasure as a service to you. Last question. Yeah, envy is another topic. It's a very huge topic. Uh, we'll discuss some other time. But envy, for that, you just chanting Hare Krishna mantra is accomplished everything. Because envy means I hate you. And Hare Krishna mantra means, oh Krishna, I love you. Or Radharani, I love you. And when we love Radha Krishna, we love all their children also. So all those who are having hatred to, we love them also. That is 4.35. Yesterday we were discussing. You go to a self-realized spiritual master through Pranipad Pariprashna Seva. You approach him. Then he imparts knowledge because he has seen the truth. What knowledge he imparts? What is the effect of it? That is given in 4.35. Next verse. By that you understand all living beings are in me. Krishna is saying they are mine. They are my parts and parcels. So once you love Krishna, you love all the children of Krishna. So you don't hate anyone. And more you keep on chanting, your love for Krishna increases. Then your love starts overflowing others also. So it will happen. Okay. So okay, last. Last means we can go on. Those who want to take prasad, I think just behind the curtain, prasadam is available. And those who want this prasadam, that is Mukha Prasad, this is Karna Prasad. Hmm. So many times? Condemned. Means by reciting, memorizing many slokas, we may become proud. Yeah. Discouraged. You are a follower of Prabhupada or not? Yes or no? So His Grace Brahmanand Prabhu said, Prabhupada was man of no discouragement. If you read Lilamrit first volume, so many discouraging things happened in Prabhupada's life. His wife sold out that manuscript on which he had written Bhagavad Gita, and got money with that purchased biscuits, and she was eating with tea. And then so many times defeat, no help. And then second volume of Lilamrit begins with Prabhupada has boarded Jaluduta and is marching towards America. So Prabhupada never got discouraged. When little discouragement comes in life, one may give up preaching only. Prabhupada, with so many discouraging things happening, he went out of India where nobody is interested in bhakti. He went there. What a daring person. I say that there has not been any daring man on planet Earth as much as Śrīla Prabhupada. If somebody wants to accept a challenge, accept it and show how you are more daring than Prabhupada. Even now, all ISKCON followers, I challenge all ISKCON followers. We'll give you free passage on Jaladuta, some cargo ship, and go to New York or Boston Harbor. 38 days of travel. Let us see how much are you follower of Śrīla Prabhupada. At least I cannot travel. I had traveled once, maximum 48 hours, in between gap of 5 hours, connecting train at South India somewhere. I was going from Varakal, from South India, Kerala, I think, somewhere to Kolkata. So very long distance of 48 hours with 5 hours of connecting train. So I thought that time, my God, pura Prithvi jeet liya. I conquered entire earth, 48 hours of travel. But what travel was that? That was in the train, reservation was there, no problem there. And 5 hours gap in between. Prasad was there, comfortable. But if you go in the sea, sailing, it's very difficult. Sea sickness is never experienced on land because it's a disease on sea only. When you are in sea, then only you experience. Prabhupada had sea sickness, nausea, and heart attack. What more than that? What a daring person. We need to. So why you get discouraged? You memorize slokas and memorize those slokas which talk how humility is must. फलवंत वृक्ष आर गुणवंत जन नम्रता से तहार स्वभाव अनुक्षण. I am smashing pride, but am I not reciting many verses? I'm hundreds of slokas I'm reciting, I'm presenting. Why? So now what does this sloka says? Before defeating Kesho Kashmiri, this is in Vrindavan Das Thakur's Chaitanya Bhagavat. So Mahaprabhu Nimai Pandit, he is a big scholar, he is the teacher, 14-year-old, and he has students, small children. And they told Guruji, you know what? A big scholar has come to Navadvip and he has defeated big ministers of Brahmanas, of many kings. They gave him half the kingdom, they gave him camels, horses, elephants, gold, silver, diamond, a lot of wealth. When he walks on the road, goes on elephant, it looks like a king is going. So all the description clearly indicated that he has a lot of pride because he had defeated so many scholars. And now he has come to Navadvip with the sole goal of defeating all the scholars of Navadvip also. So Nimai Pandit says, oh, he is so proud. Just see how his pride will be smashed by Krishna. And who is Krishna? He himself only, Nimai Pandit. And he says, oh, earlier also there had been many big scholars like Ravan, Kumbhakarna, Shishupal. These were all scholars. They were Brahmanas only. And they were all smashed, Kartavirya Arjun. And then he quotes this shloka. He says this one. Quote, not quote, he's only telling. Because he's the Supreme Lord. Everything comes from him. Phalavanta Vruksha Ara Gunavanta Jan. The trees filled with fruits, they bow down. Because of heavy fruits, mango or whatever, they bow down. Those branches will automatically come down. And Gunavanta Jan, people filled with very nice good qualities. Namrata, humility, Setahar is there. Swabhav, characteristic, Anukshan, every moment. Humility is their characteristic at every moment. Who? The trees filled with fruits and people filled with good qualities. So pride is a bad quality. It's an anartha. You have to give it up. If at all pride, then pride has a other side, true ego, that I am Krishna's. How pride gets smashed? That is also in Prem Bhakti Chandra saying, Mada Krishna Gunagane. Mada, pride, is destroyed by glorifying Krishna. What is pride? You glorify yourself to others. You know what? Yesterday night I was on Mount Everest and I put India's flag on the top of it. And then today morning I came for giving this class. And people think, Acha, yesterday night on Mount Everest, today morning in Bangalore. How did you come? A lot of boasting people do and pride is exhibited. So you have to glorify Krishna. Mada Krishna Gunagane. So Krishna's guna are glorified in so many nice verses, isn't it? So many hundreds of verses. Aho atidhanya brajagoramanya स्तन्यामृतं पीतमतीव ते मुदा यासां विभो वत्सतरात्मजात्मना यतृप्त यद्यापि न चालमद्भरा. How the Vraja gopis and Vraja cows were so fortunate that they could breastfeed or feed milk from their udders to Krishna for that 1 year when he was acting as cowherd boys and cows. So much pleasure they gave to him, as much that much pleasure has not been given to him by any of the yajnas that were performed for millions of creations. So much he was pleased. So this is one very nice verse. So pride can be smashed by glorifying Krishna, which is glory. He is glorified. One of his names is Uttam Shlok, one who is glorified in choice poetry. So we can memorize shlokas to become humble, to present Krishna, how beautiful he is, how merciful he is, how compassionate he is, how he's taking care of everyone. So many verses speak about that. So you can memorize that. But don't be proud of knowing so many verses. It's Krishna's grace that you can memorize a verse. Some verses you know from previous life, some verse from this verse. Once His Grace Radhesham Prabhu asked His Grace Gaurang Guru that Prabhu, how you memorize so many shlokas? If you tell now, Gaurang Guru comes here and you tell him speak about Narsinga Prahlad Lila. 50 shlokas minimum he'll quote without any problem, without any preparation, any notes, nothing. In fact, one point of time when he was giving Bhagavatam in Radha Gopinath temple, the devotees who were hearing his classes, they complained to His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj that Gaurang Guru's classes are more or less Sanskrit shlokas only. There is hardly any Hindi or English, whatever. Let's say English class. So English is less and Sanskrit is so much. And kind of bounces on our head. So Radhana Maharaj personally called Gaurang. Gaurang Guru, I understand you are a big scholar. Krishna has special blessing. But devotees are on not that level. Please keep the class on the little bit on the level of devotee. You can quote shlokas, few shlokas. And it is a fact. You ask His Holiness Bhakti Rasam Swami Maharaj to speak Prahlad Narsingh Leela. He may know 5, 6, 10, 15 shlokas. Same class you ask Gaurang Guru, who is the Shiksha disciple of Bhakti Rasam Maharaj. He will quote minimum 50, 100. He got this strength, this mercy blessing from by His Holiness Mahavishnu, late Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj. This happened in Pune only. Once Gaurang Guru was in Pune, this was in, I'm not remembering, 96 to 98, 1998, somewhere in that period. Gaurang Guru was there in Pune giving classes, and His Holiness Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj came. Now he is Maharaj, Sannyasi, Guru. So Gaurang Guru also sat in the class. And when Maharaj gave class, Gaurang Guru was stunned. My God, so many verses Maharaj knows in depth. So he asked appointment of Maharaj. Maharaj said, "You can come and meet." So in the room he went and he talked for 3 hours with Maharaj. But what is this? How do you know so many shlokas and all that? And Maharaj inspired him for memorizing many shlokas. And then Gaurang Guru started full swing. Every day Bhagavatam class would get over in Radha Gopinath temple at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, all brahmacharis would go to Prasadam hall for Prasadam, breakfast. He would go up. Everybody is going down, ground floor. He would go up. There was one small room in 1996, 97. And he would latch it from inside 9 to 1, 4 hours. He would read Bhagavatam and memorize hundreds of shlokas. Thousands of shlokas he knows. He doesn't quote them because Maharaj has told him not to quote. Otherwise he knows. So there is nothing wrong, but one should not be proud of it. Pride is useless foolishness. That means you think it is my power of memorizing. What? Your power. You can forget your name also. What is your name? Huh? Surdas. Vikas. All Vikas will be stunted. No growth at all. You cannot remember your name. सब बोलेंगे अरे आपका इतना अविकास विकास ही नहीं हुआ आपका आपको खुद को नाम नहीं इतना विकास तो बच्चों में भी होता है किसी बच्चों को भी पूछो 3 साल के नाम क्या तो बता दे विनय अमर जो भी है so you can forget your name. Krishna is so amazing. He can make you forgetful of your name also. So don't be proud of your whatever, not just sloka memorization. Somebody may be expert in cooking, somebody may be in singing, somebody may be book distribution. Do not be proud. It's all blessings of Krishna and Guru Parampara, Acharyas, Prabhupada, that we have been empowered. We should be convinced of one statement. I am not powerful, but I am empowered. In both the cases, one has power. Powerful person also has power. An empowered person also has power. Powerful person thinks that I have my own power. That is Hiranyakashipu. When he asked Prahlad, "Are you are talking so many things, big things. Where do you get your power from?" And Prahlad's answer is very amazing. It's the same source from where you also get your power. He said, "What nonsense! Are my power is my power. It is not derived from anyone." No, father, it is your grand illusion, the grandest illusion. And don't think Your power comes from you only. It comes from Krishna. So, okay, you're talking about Krishna. Where is your Krishna? He is everywhere. Acha. Is he there in this pillar? Yeah, he is there in this pillar. Okay. Now I'll find out whether this fellow is hiding in this pillar. You are so convinced that your God is here. So you understand. So he thought it is his own power. That is Hiranyakashipu. But Prahlad also knew that he is empowered. Rakhe Krishna Mareke. Mare Krishna Rakhe. Krishna wants to kill me. All this, my father is arranging hundreds of mad elephants. He's giving me deadly concentrated poison. He's arranging big fire for me to jump in. This is all not required. If Krishna wants to kill me, I will be killed without anything, just heart attack inside, and I drop down dead. And if Krishna wants to protect me, why these 100 elephants, 10 crore elephants come charging on me? They cannot touch one hair on my head. Forget about any other part of the body. So that was the conviction. He was knowing that I'm empowered. Lord is protecting. So he knew he has power, but it is borrowed power. Just like now also, I am not powerful, I'm empowered. All of you are there. Imagine all of you get up at once and go away. Then will I say, okay, any question? That will be foolishness. Nobody is there and the fellow is asking any question. Any question, whom are you asking? Somebody is there, one person is there, then he can have question. Nobody is there, how can you ask any question? So you all have empowered me. The managers have called me. Those who called me from Pune to Bangalore, they were the first ones to empower. Then Vraja Krishna Prabhu, he's the one in that. Then making schedule, classes after classes. Then sound system in charge over here. He has given this sound system. Because even if I am supposed to give class, topic is clear, everything, but sound system is not there, then I will have to shout and my voice will go down. Just imagine all this class of 2 hours. If there was no sound system, I would have shouted to the devotees saying, ah, Prabhu, speak loudly, we are not able to hear. To cater to their need, I will shout. Within 15-20 minutes, class will be over. I said, sorry, my throat is gone. Hare Krishna. No questions for today. And over. Shortest class possible. Yeah. So don't be proud of knowing shloka. That is not your power. You have borrowed it. All our body also has so much power. In youthful days, all the more power. But it's all Krishna's gift. Use your powers which are gifted by Krishna to him, for him. Because he is the one who has gifted you with. Isn't it? That's why they have that Hindi slogan, Tera tujhko arpan, kya lage mera. So there is nothing of my own. Sometimes I even say, many devotees, because I had different diet, so devotees cook for me. Here, Abhimanyu Prabhu is cooking. So I tell them, as soon as I see them anywhere, or here, hey, ye mere annadata. So I tell them, ye mere annadata. He feeds me, then I can give class, then I can sing. So sometimes I have a small poem. Hey mere annadata, tere bina kuch nahi bhata. Bhata means appealing. No, without you, nothing is appealing. Oh my dear, what do you call, food supplier, isn't it? Even in the contest, when I go to schools, sometime earlier I would go, small children, thousands, 2,000-3,000 children on the ground, and I was given sound system and I addressed them. We have to inspire them to take part in Bhagavad Gita contest. So I was telling them, so how many of you are toppers in your class? So many hands will go up. Each class will have one topper, no? Like that. So all of you think that you are the topper. You have great intelligence. But just imagine during those exam days, your mother cooked nothing and did not feed you anything. Do you think you would have topped in exam? And everybody agrees, no, no, no. If mother doesn't feed us food, brain will not function. First of all, we may not have strength to walk to examination hall only. We will fall down in the room only, in the house only, like that. So, though you get the credit, you get the medal, you get the certificate for being the topper of your class. You understand? And that is just an example, and that is very practical. They understand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sir, आप जो भी बोल रहे सही है. It's all true. Like that. Without mother feeding us food, we cannot top. We cannot even write exam. We cannot even reach examination hall. So likewise, character is very important. That's the building block for the life of individual. So don't be getting discouraged. Be encouraged to memorize hundreds and thousands of slokas, but you know the purpose. Vedescha sarver ahameva vedyo. Of all the Vedas, I am to be known. So now you know many verses from Vedas, and you have to let everybody know me. foolishness. It is contrary to what Krishna is saying. Of all the Vedas, Krishna is to be known. And after memorizing many slokas from the Vedas, you are telling, see me, see my beauty. See how many slokas I know. So I am better than all of you. That is utter foolishness. You borrow strength from Krishna and you are blaming Krishna and saying that Krishna, you are nothing. I am better than you because I know 999 slokas. So what? Krishna can make you forgetful of all those slokas and your name also. Everybody will say Vikas Prabhu, and you will be just like that. And they'll shake you, Vikas Prabhu. Hey, don't call me Vikas. I'm not Vikas. And your name is Vikas. Acha? Who said it? Or your mother and father gave you name in your childhood only. Acha? Maybe. You see that video, Isha Mataji's video. She forgot her name. There is a disease in which one forgets everything. Alzheimer, I think. Alzheimer. I think she had the same disease. She forgot her name. But 4 different tunes of Hare Krishna Mahamantra she could sing. What a wonder. If I don't remember my name, how can I sing even one tune? How can I remember Hare Krishna Mahamantra? She not only remembered, she remembered 4 different tunes also. Niranjan Maharaj came and met her few days back, and she was shown photo of Niranjan Maharaj. Mataji, see this? She's looking at the photo. She doesn't know who that person is. Mataji is Niranjan Maharaj. Niranjan Maharaj came 3-4 days back. He met you, you talked with him. And she's looking at the photo, not remembering that this person I met few days back. Can't remember. Complete loss of memory. So we cannot be proud of anything. That's why Prabhupada in his books writes, don't be proud of borrowed plumes. Plume is in the peacock feather. You see peacock feather. So there are many hair-like structure coming. In the middle, there is one eye-like structure, bluish and all that. So you cut that other hair part, and that plume you put on one eye and another on another eye. So you look very beautiful, and you tell, see how beautiful my eyes are. So Prabhupada is saying, don't be proud of borrowed plumes. These are not your plumes. That is production of peacock. You don't have eyes like plume, but you just borrowed from there and you put it on your eyes, and you may appear beautiful. Doesn't mean that you should be proud of it because it is not your glory. It's the glory of peacock. So don't be proud. Pride is anartha. One should not be crazy thinking that I am so. That's what is material education makes us proud of. I am B Tech, M Tech, only Tech. A Tech, B Tech, C Tech, D Tech. Are what you give? You don't give anything. You only take. I make fun out of it because the sound is the same. So spellings are different. TCH technology and then TAKE, but sounding is the same. Na? Tech. So you only take A Tech, B Tech, A to Z Tech. Are you don't give anything to anyone. What a selfish fellow you are. Give at least A give, B give, C give. If possible, A to Z give. What is this A Tech, B Tech, M Tech, C Tech? Crazy. So this makes us proud. Jada Vidya Mayara Vaibhav, Tomara Bhajane Badha, Moha Janamiya Anitya Samsare, Jiva ke Kare Gadha. So we become Gadha, donkeys, huh? Or worse than donkey. Somebody carrying 10,000 kilogram of the stool of donkeys on his head. अरे कोई है खरीदो इसको बहुत चीप में, very cheap, only 100 rupees per kg. Who will purchase donkey stool? At least cow dung, gobar, that will be purchased by many, na? Because cow dung you dry it up, then you can make cow dung cakes. You can use it for cooking. You can cover your walls. You can cover your floor, ceiling, all that. So many usage is there of cow dung. Donkey stool, what is the use? Useless. So pride is like carrying donkey stool on our head or becoming donkey only. Big donkey. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Jada Vidya, all this materialistic education that we undergo. Jada Vidya Maya Vaibhav is a pompous display of Maya, external energy of the Lord. Tomara Bhajane Bata, when you chant, what you are chanting? B Tech, M Tech, B Tech, M Tech, B Tech, M Tech. Though lips are saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But what is mind saying? B Tech, M Tech, B Tech, M Tech. I have done B Tech. I have done M Tech also. At least I'll be doing M Tech very soon. B Tech, M Tech, B Tech, MTech. And not 16 rounds, 16,000 rounds are chanted of this mantra. BTech, MTech, BTech, MTech. And the fool. यार तुम्हारा भजन ही बाधा. When how many of you agree while doing bhajan that pride comes? In fact, you are in many of your BTech, so it's not a problem. If you go to any other youth center where simple devotees are there, or villages you go, you'll say, all illiterates, only BCom, BA, BSc, BTech, and BTech, and so what's the value of your BTech, MTech, IIT, and all? If you tell your grandmother or some poor lady, old lady, कि माताजी, I have done from IIT college. अरे बेटा, ITI ही करना था ना. तो अपने गांव के बाजू में तो था इधर IIT. अरे not माताजी, not ITI, IIT. Same thing. Two I and one T ना. Whether IIT or ITI, it's the same thing. You become welder na. You become electrician. You climb on the pole na. No, I don't climb on the pole. It's the same thing. Like that. Maybe you sit down because you are scared of climbing on the. An electrician goes and you are electrical engineer, BTech. So you tell him, okay, fit there that way. Because you are scared. He's more daring than you, na? Because he's IIT, he is ITI and you are IIT. You are scared. After going up, you may die. Or you don't know how to climb on that pole. You may fall from there. So don't be proud. If you are proud, you are a fool number one in the creation. What are we proud of? What is there of ourselves? You may be Dhirubhai Ambani. How much was the property? I heard several thousand crore rupees. Isn't it? How many? Anybody knows? 8,000. Something like that. 8,000, not 8,000 rupees. 8,000 even you will have. 8,000 crore rupees. But then when he left, what could that 8,000 crore rupees help him? Nothing. It remained here, and these Anil and Mukesh are fighting. 4 years, 4 months. No, 5 months, 3 years. So much fight. This is the foolishness. So you cannot be proud of anything. Don't be proud. Be humble. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. So that Brahmin or that personality who is empowered with Vidya, he is endowed with humility. Then he can see Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Shwapakecha Panditaha Samadarshana. How will you develop Samadarshi vision, equal vision? All, whether male, female, child, old man, Indian, Russian, Chinese, animals, plants, all are same, equal. They are all spirits. How will you develop that? Because you are proud. There is no trace of vidya in you. You are avidya, ahankara sampanne. Because of your avidya of BTech, MTech, you are so proud. BTech, MTech. That's why there is no test for a holy name. Years later also, yeah, bro, I did BTech, but there is no test for chanting. Yeah, because you chanted BTech, MTech. Stop that. You chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jada Vidya Mayara Vaibhav Tomara Bhajane Bada, Moha Janmiya. It creates an illusion. That's what I'm telling you, illusion during chanting. BTech, MTech, BTech, MTech. And what to speak if it is PhD also? Postdoctorate, my God, then so it's too much. Then he'll be overwhelmed. Nayanam Galadadvaj. BTech, MTech, PhD, postdoctorate. दुनिया में नहीं मेरे जितना बड़ा गधा. There's no bigger donkey than myself. In fact, if Dhenukasur comes in front of me, he will bow down at my holy lotus feet. Swami, आपके जितना बड़ा गधा तो मैं भी नहीं बन पाया. मुझे मारने के लिए तो कृष्ण ने मार दिया ब्रज में, तुम्हें कृष्ण भी नहीं मार पा रहे शायद. So don't be fool. जड़ विद्या मायर वैभव तुम्हारा भजन माने मोह जन्मिया अनित्य संसार. In this temporary world, जीवा के का रहेगा था. You think you will be permanently here? You will permanently settle in this world. So जीवा के का रहेगा था. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says all this education, I became a big donkey. That is his humility. He was most humble person on planet. But we have to learn how much we become proud. Thought comes or not about our education or a family. In the beginning, devotees, if they are asked how you came to devotional service, They say because this preacher came to my room in the hostel and preached. But after many years, if they ask them how you came, actually from my childhood only I used to go to Krishna temple and I used to chant holy name and I read Bhagavad Gita and my father was a great Brahmin and Pujari in the temple. We used to go. Arey, but what about ISKCON devotees? You are eating meat. Born as a Brahmin, you are eating meat. You are gambling. You are looking at the girls. You are also a woman hunter. And a devotee came in your life. He preached to you, and by chanting Hare Krishna, you become good devotee. You started following four regular principles. You are not talking about anything of that, and you are talking about from my childhood only. So, you understand? That is how Maya cheats us. We have to know the contribution of the current devotees in our life. Had it not been for Prabhupada, we would not be here like that. Like my grandfather wanted one of his, we were around 16 to 18 siblings, cousin brothers and all that, from his sons and daughters side, three sons, three daughters, and we were the grandchildren. So he wanted one to become doctor, one to become engineer, one to become lawyer, and one fully dedicate his life in the service of Lord Vittal, like that. So many of my relatives say, no, you are fulfilling the desire of your grandfather. He wanted somebody to dedicate his life. So I don't give credit to my grandfather. I respect him. But had it not been for Prabhupada and Prabhupada's followers, I would not be a brahmachari in ISKCON. Because the way I was going into engineering, and I was also thinking, okay, after BTech, MTech, maybe PhD also will do, and earn a lot of money, prestige, manager will be in company, something like that were plans, ambitions. But then when we met devotees, then we thought, when I saw Radhesham Prabhu, because I was told in the hostel room, when I did not take Bhagavad Gita, so he said, okay, every Thursday there is a program, 6:30 in the evening. BTech, Radhesham Das, MTech, IIT, Hawaii gold medalist. I thought, okay, in the college there are so many seminars which BTech, MTechs come and give. So here is another BTech, some MTech, Radhesham Das from IIT Powai. Okay. So when I went, the Kirtan was going on in that youth center. I had a Kirtan. I thought, okay, chalo, class is on Bhagavad Gita. So Kirtan, okay, understandable. Then I went there, there are hundreds of chappals lying there. Oh, so many boys have come. Okay. Then I saw altar there. Ooh. And then when I saw in one side, then I saw Sadhu sitting there. Radhesham Prabhu on asana on the ground. And he was playing Mridang sound system and he was singing, leading Kirtan. And I was wondering, who is this? Where is that Radhesham Das, MTech IIT Powai gold medalist? Maybe this is some warming up Kirtan. Some sadhu they have brought because it's a class on Gita by that MTech IIT Powai gold medalist Radhesham Das. And then afterwards, he only started class. Then I was wondering, what is happening here? Then he only completed the class and he only asked for question, he answered and all that. Then I understood he is only Radhesham Das. Oh, really? MTech gold medalist. And he became a sadhu. Great. And he speaks English. Wow. Great. Fluent. And he's able to answer also question. Any question one can ask. And he could answer all questions. Not that, is prashna ka uttar I will give later. This question I'll answer next time. No. He knew everything. I was surprised. Wow. Great. So one should be humble. Otherwise, so I was telling, I don't give so much credit to my grandfather. I respect him. But I give credit to Radhesham Prabhu, my spiritual master, Prabhupada, and all the devotees in ISKCON. Because of their inspiration, I was inspired to become a brahmachari. Not the way I was going, engineering or that. There was no trace of becoming brahmachari. There was in some thoughts in between, and like that, but not so much. In my 8th class, when I was in 8th class, I had gone to my Boa's place in Wasi near Wada, GV, near GV. So there, once I was sitting on sofa set and my Boa was standing next to me and she said, somebody, she was telling in their village, there Wasin, she was telling that he became BSc, he graduated, and then he dedicated his life fully in the Varkari Sampradaya, this famous Sampradaya, devotional, followers of Vittal. So I was sitting on that sofa set and I thought, okay, I will also take a lot of education and I'll also dedicate my life in the service of Lord Vittal. That's thought came. But then 9th class, 10th class, there are hardly any remembrance. Then engineering, there are no going towards brahmacharya life. Only when I saw Radhesham Prabhu, then I was, here, such a big sadhu, such a big educated person, he's a sadhu. I think I can also follow him. Then all my thoughts got streamlined in that direction. And then because of so many other brahmacharis, all the inspiration, then we could become brahmacharis. Not because, just because my grandfather wanted one of the grandchildren to be. No. Because so many of my brothers, okay, they became, somebody became doctor, somebody engineer. They became lawyer. My cousin sister is a lawyer. Another cousin sister is doctor. But that anybody can become. Material ambitions you can easily fulfill. But to be a brahmachari is not a joke. To become brahmachari and to remain brahmachari is not a joke. That was possible only by Prabhupada's grace and devotees' grace. So we should not be proud thinking that, yeah, my grandfather wanted me to be a brahmachari. Brahmachari. Hey, your grandfather did not have the strength to be able to see that you become brahmachari. It's only in Prabhupada and ISKCON devotees, they have the strength that they can make anyone to be a brahmachari and allow him, grace him, bless him to be lifelong brahmachari also. So don't be proud of anything that we have been gifted with. These are all gifts that we have, isn't it? So nothing is belonging to us. Nothing is mine. Nirashir, nirmamo, bhutva, yuddhasva, vegatachvara. Third chapter only Krishna is telling. Karma yoga. This is how you should function in life. Karma, kaise karna hai? Nirashir, no material desire. Nirmamo, nothing is mine. Now I have this mobile, I have this iPad, I have this bag, but actually it's not mine. It's all temple's property. I'm just a brahmachari. Anytime they can ask, give that bag, and I'll have to give. It's not my bag. I never earned money. I don't have anything of my possession. Nothing belongs to us. Just like these are gross things. Similarly, our whatever intelligence we have, memory we have, that's all Krishna's gift to us. He has gifted us. Anytime he can take it away. In our childhood, what kind of intelligence we had? We would only pass urine stool and we would touch it. Yes or not? What? We are crazy fellows. Absolutely no intelligence. Full number one. That's why parents have to be 24 hours on guard. Watching kahan gaya? Aye. Otherwise, they can be in any. Children have fallen in our GV. We have Yamuna. One child fell down in that Yamuna. Workers were working nearby. One child crawling, 3 years old, I think, and he went down. And the mother, after some time, where is my child? Very much. She's asking other ladies, other workers. Nobody knows. And she started crying. And then they saw CCTV. They saw him crawling and falling there. Then one brahmachari jumped inside, and then he brought out dead body because a few minutes had passed by. So as children, foolish. This is long before. So likewise, we are also very foolish only. But then because of training and all that knowledge, we get some sense. Then eventually again after old age, again there will be similar problem. Loss of memory. We can't see properly. We can't hear properly. We cannot walk properly. So you can see we are helpless in childhood. We are helpless in old age. Only in middle this phase, whatever you call, from the age of 10 to whatever, 50, 60, 70. That is the phase we have intelligence, we have strength, physical, mental, intellectual. So why should we be proud of? It was not with us, it was gifted to us, and it will not be with us after some time. It will be snatched away from us. So now when you have it, use it for the service of the person who has gifted you with. Krishna, Prabhupada, Acharyas, devotees. Use all your faculties, whatever you have, physical, mental, intellectual strengths. Otherwise, it will be utter foolishness. They have an English saying, make hay when sun shines. Like now sun is shining. This is winter, we don't have rains, but rainy season, it doesn't shine so much because clouds are there, sunrise, sun rays are not able to reach earthly surface. But in case sometimes cloud free and sunlight comes, your hay, your dry grass, which has become wet because of rains, you put it immediately for drying. And as long as sun is shining, let it dry up because as it dries up, it can be used for several useful purposes, for fuel, etc. So make hay when sun shines. Likewise, make full utilization of your bodily, physical, mental, intellectual strength in the service of Hari Guru Vaishnava. Now is the period. All of us, we hardly have any children here. So all of us are in the range of 10-year plus age and something like 60, 70 minus. So we have strength, physical, mental, intellectual. Use it in the service of the Lord as much as possible. Make hay when sun shines, because afterwards this will not be with us. I'm already seeing I am not the same what I was at the age of 24. Now I am 48, 49 about to start. So the strength has reduced. It is not the same. I cannot say I'm having the same strength what I had at the age of 20. No, it's different. Similarly, eyesight has reduced a bit. It's not the same what I had. So many things are going down. The physical body goes through 6 changes. Prabhupada writes, birth, we are all born. Then it grows, we all grow. Then maintenance, in youthful days, maintenance. Then after marriage, one produces children, offsprings. Then body starts dwindling, perishing. So I'm in that phase of perishing. And then sixth is death. So why should we be proud of anything? What is there to be proud of? There's nothing to be proud of. Nothing. What is there? You can also say, I'm proud of my education. What education? We have so many examples of people very educated but not getting job also. They are laid off, isn't it? Nowadays, companies, this software, laid off. So easy to say. What they call pink slip, I think. Pink slip. Pink slip they call, or what they call? Laid off at least. Is removed. And sometimes the company says you don't have to come to company today. That will send you by post. You will get it at home. Don't come only to company. आपका बदसूरत चेहरा दिखाओ ही मत इधर कंपनी में. Out. Sometimes hundreds also are removed. Na? Nowadays AI has come. I think big challenge. So manpower is not required. Why to pay? Just put heavy lakhs of rupees in developing that AI or whatever, and that fellow means impersonal fellow, will do everything, and you are not required. Just like earlier, tractors removed thousands of bulls. Now most advanced version, one AI machine can remove thousands of engineers. Not required. Get out. Something like that. So you can see our own advancement, modern advancement, is destroying ourselves only. Who developed AI? AI only developed AI, or human beings developed AI? Human being, no, human brain, they used it to the highest whatever degree possible. And now people are having problem. Many children are copying with the help of all these things. And children, there are CCTV, many things they have to do while conducting exams, so many things. Got it, no? So memorize slokas, millions in number. But preferably those ones which tell you, like I have told you this, Namrata se tahar, swabhav, anukshan. Every moment they are humble. Who? Trees filled with fruits and people with good qualities. So we are the ones who are trying to develop good qualities, isn't it? We are not developing bad qualities. We don't eat meat, gamble, we don't tell lies. We are developing good qualities. So highest, those who have developed good qualities, their symptom is they are humble at every moment. Why to be proud? I only give example. I have memorized slokas, I have quoted them. 10, 15 years later, I don't remember that sloka. I will be struggling. I'll be quoting Tasyaravinde Nayanasya Padaravinde Yume Bhaktya Prayachati. Arey, nahi. You are super mixer. You took one line of Bhagavatam slok and another line of Bhagavata and you mixed it up. You are the best mixer of the entire creation. So you can be completely confused, bewildered. So there is nothing to be proud. Got it? Yes. Yeah. Humbled. If you are not humbled, you will be humiliated. So better be humbled. And devotee sangha is the best. They will purify us. Sundarshyam Pr says the devotee association is like a diamond polishing machine. Diamond polishing mixer. Mixer we have now. We put ground nuts and you start. How many ground nuts come out? Not even one. All are crushed. Small. Powdered. That's it. The ground nuts gone. Only powder. Groundnut powder. So likewise, diamond polishing machine, the diamond is not lost, it is polished. They are very crude, rough surface. So when the machine starts, so diamond gets polished, then it shines very beautifully. It can be used in jewelry, in golden earring. You set one small diamond piece, looks very beautiful. So likewise. So be in the ashram of devotees, they will purify. Yes. Yes. Previous? So it takes time. Be in the ashram of devotees, let devotional activities go on, keep serving devotees on their blessing. Slowly will cool down. Another way is also by nature only. Nature is also very powerful. Just like in childhood, we were helpless, isn't it? We were hungry, we were only crying. And mother had to understand what is the need of the child, and she gives food, milk, whatever it is. And that time we were helpless. So now we have some strength. So what I was telling that nature makes us humble. Eventually, we will lose our strengths and all that. And we cool down also. We were not able to walk or crawl, but we learned it. Then we run. We can be in the running competition, topping also. But eventually, as you grow old, you are walking slow. Then you can't even walk properly. You need a stick. So make nature also makes you slow. Yes or not? Like in the young days, you have very nice hair, and you are like, afterwards, many hair have fallen down. So you take comb, and you are wondering where to move combs. No hair only. Some two, three hair are remaining, and you are wondering how to preserve them, if possible. Understand? Na? So nature also kind of gives indication that you need to cool down. But otherwise, knowledge also makes us cool down. Plus practice. Vigyan. Jnanam teham savigyanam. Idam vakshami ashishata. That's why knowledge has to be with Vigyan. So we have practice. We have services to devotees. You do services like I told now. That day we had Kumbh Mela. 10 o'clock in the morning till 7. We went more than that. 8 o'clock we returned. So 9 hours, sorry, how many? 10 hours we were out. Of that 9 hours non-stop we were standing and distributing BTG magazines. And we did not feel any strain only because so much ecstasy was there. This person took, that person took 5 rupees, 5 rupees, 5 rupees, 5 rupees. Somebody gave 10 rupees and we don't have change or something. So you take, give it to your friend also. Okay, take it. So very happy. So we will cool down. Nature will cool us down. And ultimately we'll be completely cool in the Smashan Bhumi on the funeral pyre. Cool. That is how nature works. So better we cool down before only. There is nothing wrong being very active in service of the Lord. But as far as material life goes, we should be little reserving ourselves.
Means cool down means this process is working. You have to be patient. And this seems to go and one day will become pure.
We seem to be.
If we become today, minds are not going to.
No, patience is required.
Patience becomes able to take up.
No, that means it is not Shastriya Shraddha. It is Laukik Shraddha. Because your parents also go to temple, parents also have some vrata. So you have got that knowledge, and that's how you might have come to ISKCON. Now you are not reading Prabhupada books, you are not hearing from devotees, so you have not developed your Shastriya Shraddha. You are just maintaining your Laukik Shraddha only, mainly. The worldly faith that you have. Little bit be pious, be goody, thoda ye karo, wo karo, bas. Otherwise, it's okay. You have not read Prabhupada books. That's why Shastriya Shraddha has not developed. And scientific knowledge. Jnanam teham savigyanam. It's a scientific knowledge which is given to us. There is nothing more scientific than Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. But we have not learned. That's why you lose faith. Anybody who reads Prabhupada books, he will say, this is life. Chanting, dancing, I'll go on. Life after life. Mama janmani janmanishware. Bhavata bhakti rahetu kito. What is there? And that's why I told you yesterday evening. Why do we so much desperate to go to Golok Vrindavan? What will you do there? Katha only na. Here you are trying to run away. Kya hai bro ji ruki nahi rahe 10:30. Better let me run away. And you are running away from here to Golok Vrindavan. And there the katha will not stop 10:30 a.m. Katha will not end at 10:30 p.m. also. Because there, anyway, that night katha is for Krishna alone and gopis, millions of gopis. But anyway, that katha can go on forever. So we have to take a closer look to our life. Think. Don't just do it. They have no what they call. Just do it. Nike or Nike, whatever they call. So just do it. No, just do it. Think. Think before you leap. Okay, how big is the ditch? Will I be able to jump and reach the other side, or will I reach inside the ditch? Like, or should I go behind 15, 20 feet back and run with high speed and in that momentum jump over that ditch? Will I still go to the other side? The likelihood of falling again inside. So think before you jump. So you have to think. Be thinkers. Don't be just a gullible mass or what they call. All ISKCON devotees are doing, so I also do. No. Why should you do? You should know it from scientific way, from Prabhupada. As Prabhupada said. That's why Prabhupada was criticizing his own disciples. He was very heavy. What is this nonsense? How long this Haribol will go on? This will not go on. You have to read my books. Prabhupada regretted that my own disciples are not reading my books. Prabhupada said, first, these books are for my disciples and followers, then for outside people. How enthusiastic we are for distributing Prabhupada books. Isn't it? Scores will be put. Sundarshyam Prabhu, 100 Mahabhik books. Hari Bol! Sundarshyam Prabhu is Maharati because 100 Mahabhiks minimum daily. And reading what? Nothing. He's illiterate fellow. He doesn't read. Who are illiterates? Those who don't know how to read and how to write. So do we read Prabhupada books? We don't. Do we write? No, we type. So we don't read, we don't write. So we are all illiterates in ISKCON. We don't read Prabhupada books. We don't write. No problem. You can. This is a scientific version. It's a sophisticated version, advanced version of writing like that. But there is another pleasure if you write A, B. Here, whatever button you press, whether A, B, C, D, whatever is there, that's key. That's what will come, isn't it? Everywhere same procedure. There, A means like this, B means like this. It's all different. Yes or not? Personalism is involved. But in laptop, mobile, impersonalism. Any button you press, it will produce A, B, C, D, depending on what key shows. Yes or not? So it's highly impersonal life in the modern day. Technological advancement is for Shudras. And we are the Shudras, engineers mainly. Yeah, Prabhupada writes it. You can read it in 7th canto, 12th chapter. Direct statement is there by Prabhupada. So we should be not getting carried away by technology. Yes.
The form of the Lord mercy.
Yes.
As can we meditate on the king? Instead of form of the Lord, we can meditate on the Mahavada.
Don't have to meditate so much. You have to pronounce clearly with your lips and tongue. 3 things are required: upper lip, lower lip, and tongue. All of you close your lips and chant with your tongue. Now you don't move your lips. Chant. No, now you keep your tongue floating in the mouth. Don't touch anywhere and chant with your lips. No way. Prabhupada writes in the purport, 17th chapter of Adi Lila. So he writes upper lip, lower lip, and tongue. 3 things are required. This is clear pronunciation. And second is hear attentively with ears, but actually it is not so gross. Hearing with ears. In between, mind is there. So mind takes your mind goes somewhere else. So what is produced here is not heard only here. So close it is, closest. More than anybody other devotee, my ear should only be able to hear first because mouth is here and ears are just whatever 5-6 centimeter away, but can't hear because mind takes somewhere else. So chant clearly, pronounce clearly, and hear attentively. This is what is required. Meditation is not required because mind is not so pure.
Actually, when we close that, along with the hearing, it impulses something I need to project, something I need to see out while project one.
That is okay. That is called a Trataka method. We have here one in Sanskrit and one in English here. So we can sit like this, looking whichever you are comfortable with. You're comfortable Sanskrit. I'm comfortable with Sanskrit. And if here, you keep looking, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I'm more comfortable with 4 words in one line. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. I have done that. Like the children do, like that. Holding the card and like this. I cannot move finger. Like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Like so, and then after some time, you close your eyes. Then you will see the same Mahamantra on the screen of your mind. We have Drushti Patal and we have Manas Patal. So Drushti Patal is this. I can see on the screen of my eyes. Then now close my eyes. I will see the same Mahamantra on the screen of my mind. So this is okay. This is what a Trataka method. There are millions of methods to improve japa. This is one such method.
Meditating on the name, not the form. Is it impressive?
No, it is Shabda Brahma. Na? Akshar Brahma, Shabda Brahma. It's not different from the Lord. It is not impersonal. It's highly personal. It's not. That's why we are not supposed to, if that in case by the wind blowing, if it falls on the ground, immediately we have to run and pick it up because it cannot touch the ground because it's not different from the Lord. We cannot keep Hare Krishna Mahamantra is written on the back of your notebook. You cannot keep the notebook on the ground. because we walk on this carpet. So that is not allowed. It's an offense. So we have to respect. Then non-different. In fact, blind man, Srila Sanatana Goswami writes in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam or somewhere that blind man is there, so he doesn't know. So he's going like this, like this. He touches the wall, and on the wall, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is written, not embossed, just written. So wall and the writing is one only for him. So he just goes and his hands touch on the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He gets benefit of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra because that is non-different from Krishna. He doesn't even know. He just like this, like this. He's searching for a door to go out. But just by touch only, he gets the benefit of chanting Hare Krishna. So holy name is very merciful. Krishna is very merciful. Hare Krishna. Any other? What happened? Do you have question? Any other? Mataji did not ask. 4 to 8 to again 3 now. Yes. Regularity. How to maintain regularity in reading Prabhupada books? I recommend you read before prasadam. How many of you take 2 times prasadam in a day? In 24 hours, 2 times you take. How many of you take 3 times? So those who take 2 times, for them, if possible, they can read half an hour before first meal, half an hour before second meal. And those who take 3 times, 20 minutes before breakfast, 20 minutes before lunch, 20 minutes before dinner. Done. 1 hour accomplished. This is one way. Because what happens, prasadam, even if you have chanted Mahaprasadi, when the prayer is over, you should not start. Because food for soul is not fed. So let me take book, read. This is one. Second, if you feel no time is not there, so now while taking prasad only you read. Left hand book, or you can purchase book stand. Put your book, whichever book you are reading, Bhagavad Gita. I have clips also. And you take prasad and keep looking at that stand. It can be, height can also be adjustable. And keep. This will go on. This doesn't require anything else. It just requires concentration. And you can go on. Another way is also Transcend app. How many of you know Transcend app? BBT has produced in 13 languages they had done earlier. Now maybe more. You know, all the books of Prabhupada, e-books and audio books, all are there in that app. In 2 devices you'll get for 7,000 rupees. You can have one in laptop, one in mobile, and just start it. It will go on reading. Then book Perfection of Yoga, chapter 1. You will read very high class recording in studio. So just keep hearing and you are automatically reading Prabhupada books. You get the benefit. So that you can do maybe let's say lunch time, dinner time, or whatever other time. Bathing time. Bathing time is the only thing in the bathroom. You have to put on the tab, lot of noise. But if that is louder, in case grahasthas are there, there is they are have privacy in life. Wife is awake, he is awake. They can put it loudly, both of them can hear. And while taking bath also, because half an hour, so much time gets wasted. So we can utilize it in so many ways. Invest your time, don't waste your time. So these are the ways, I would say, before prasadam. Tongue has to be controlled for reading Prabhupada. Tongue has 2 functions, eating and speaking. So don't speak. Put a sellotape or electric tape on your lips and write down on that. Not fit for speaking. Anybody comes close to you, Haribol Prabhu, what happened? Sellotape, why you put? He's wondering, Hare, I am asking you, speak something. Then he'll come close. What is written? Unfit for speaking. Not fit for speaking. Don't answer only. Because you waste a lot of your time and others' time by speaking. You have not fed, you have not read Prabhupada books, and you're going to speak all blah, 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 all nonsense, which doesn't make any sense, or it's all prajalpa, worldly talk. So you are not fit. Don't speak. And second is don't eat or eat less, or before eating, read. Or while eating, at least, you read Prabhupada books. Somehow you have to read Prabhupada books. If you don't read, then you will not survive. In Marathi, there is a saying. It's a proverb. Vatsal tar vatsal. Padhoge to bachoge. If you become literate, you will survive in this world. If you are illiterate people, you know how they get cheated. Some owner, some rich man, sir, thoda sa paisa, 10,000 rupees, meri beti ka viwah karna hai. Theek hai, chalo. You at least have to put your house on something. So then he doesn't know, he puts anguta. And it is written there, after 10 days, my house goes to this person. And then he comes with all people, hey, come, vacate your house. No, no, kya hua, saab? Hey, here, all paper. Police says, get out. No, you have sold your house to him. And I did not sell. I only took 10,000. No, he's an illiterate fellow. He doesn't know what is written. He got cheated. So like that, in ISKCON, if you don't read Prabhupada books, tomorrow you will find you are cheated. Maya cheated you. So many devotees misbehaved and this and that. You don't read Prabhupada books. Who can be blamed? It's your fault. You remained illiterate. You have to read. Prabhupada stress so much. Books are the basis, isn't it? Books are the basis. For you to develop scientific knowledge and love for Krishna, you have to know Krishna. I have to. A boy is in love with a girl. Which girl? He has not seen. Like that girl. He has seen. She's beautiful. Or he likes her characteristics. She's very humble. She speaks softly. She whatever. Something is there. So he's attracted to that. Can you love a girl whom you don't know about? Miss Julie from London. Can you love her? Miss Julie. Okay, but I want to know how she is, She's a black girl or white girl? Black girl, isn't it? You have to know about that person, na? His form, qualities, and some leelas also. How do we get attracted to each other? Qualities of the person, the activities of the person. So you have to know about Krishna's name, fame, qualities, pastime. Otherwise, how will you be attracted? He is all attractive, undoubtedly true. He all attractive Krishna is presented in Bhagavata Bhagavatam by Prabhupada as he is. And as he is most attractive. But if you don't read, Krishna will not be attractive to you. And only BTech, MTech only is attractive. And iPhone will come. iPhone, Samsung phone. iPhone, Samsung. Which one should I purchase? iPhone, Samsung phone. iPhone. Because these are attractive. And Krishna is not attractive. So you cannot be chanting with full absorption. So know about Krishna. You have to know about it. Isn't it? He says that Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam Evam Yo Vetti. Vetti means what? One who knows. Vidwan. Jo janta hai. So you have to know about Krishna. And Krishna is presented by Acharya. Why Acharyas are having no, they for time pass they wrote all the verses. Rupa Goswami was thinking long life. I don't think I will die so soon. क्या करूं इधर कुछ है ही नहीं जंगल में मंगल something I'll write down. Was it like that? I got what slokas are written. You will be stunned. Yesterday I was telling, na, when I did not know the verse, but some devotee said, what you speak is going very high level. I said, yeah, because Rupa Goswami has written one verse, in introductory verse, Nandi Shloka, for Lalita Madhav. Two books he wrote, famous books, Lalita Madhav, Vidagdha Madhav. Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan, Vidagdha Madhav. Krishna's pastimes in Dwarka, Lalit Madhav. So in Lalit Madhav introductory verse, he says, I don't remember the verse, but Ramanand Rai says that in praising Rupa Goswami's Nandi Shlokas. So he says, what is the use of a bowman's bow and a poet's poetry if it penetrates the heart but does not spin the head? समझा क्या? Understood? And some bowman took a bow and he pulled it and he pierced and it went in your heart. Pierced completely, no? And okay, it pierced, it's some painful, but your head should spin. If you read Mahabharata, you will read that some kind of very powerful arrows were shot. They would spin the head of even Bhishma or Yudhishthir, very powerful arrows. So like that, a bowman's bow and a poet's poetry should be such that it should not only penetrate the heart, it should spin the head. So such amazing slokas are written and they are there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. How many of you are convinced that if some slokas of Bhagavata are written on paper without mentioning where it is from, you won't be able to recognize that it is from Bhagavata? Yeah, you won't know that it is from Bhagavata. So what do we know? Basic elementary Bhagavata 700 verses we don't know. Then so many more. It is for us, isn't it? We have to go deep. We have to be pandits. Otherwise, life will pass by. Cut. Years. 60 seconds make into 1 minute, 60 minutes into 1 hour, 12 hours, 24 hours into 1 day, and then 30 days into 1 month, 12 months into 1 year. and 10 years into 1 decade. Life will pass by and we'll be old. So many years I spent in ISKCON. I only was after scores, book distribution scores, fund collection scores, and this score, that score. And in my reading, there is no score. I did not read. So we have to go very deep, all of us. It's our duty. It's okay, basic things, we know preliminary thing for discover yourself and all that. Bhakti Shastri you do nowadays, it is compulsory, those who want second initiation. And similarly, IDC course. But there are many more things. These are all basic. Prabhupada only designed Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Vedant, Bhakti Sarvabhaum courses. Because he saw, Prabhupada saw that his disciples are just distributing books, not knowing much from the books. One brahmachari in early days, many years back, his holiness Prabodhan Saraswati Maharaj says, he took Vrindavan brahmacharis, they went for bus party. So one person purchased Bhagavad Gita from that brahmachari and he asked some question, the brahmachari did not answer. So he came to Maharaj, who was a brahmachari that time, Prabodhan Saraswati Maharaj, and said, Sir, what is this written here? I asked your brahmachari who sold me that Bhagavad Gita. I asked him, what is it written here? Samsthavak Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So your brahmachari said, you know our Swamiji, Prabhupada. He was international preacher. Whenever he went to another country, he was in AC plane. From airport to temple, AC car. And even staying as much as possible in AC room. So AC. AC. Air conditioned Bhaktivedanta Swami. And that person was thinking, Are, there are so many rich people than this Swamiji. They all have AC only. But nobody writes, AC Mukesh Ambani, AC Dhirubhai Ambani, and all that. How this Swami is only writing? So then when Maharaj heard from that, Maharaj was shocked. And Maharaj said, No, it's a short form of Abhay Charanaravinda. And Bhaktivedanta, that is the name of our Swamiji. Long name, so we write in short. He said, yeah, that is good. Otherwise, your brahmachari said air conditioned Bhaktivedanta. So then that person was very happy. He went. Then Maharaj called the Brahmaji. Said, you rascal, what nonsense you are speaking? Who told you this? That AC means air conditioned Bhaktivedanta Swami. You fool. You have not read Prabhupada books. So tomorrow onwards, you are not coming here. You stay in Vrindavan ISKCON temple, read books, and do some menial service. And he said, okay. So imagine Brahmachari is saying air conditioned Bhaktivedanta Swami. I hope we won't be so much gullible masses interpreting like that. But we should not think that I know a lot. A lot to be known. Too much is there, so much. But our Swami Bhanu Maharaj has translated 170 plus books from Sanskrit or Bengali to English. So when are we going to read that? First we have to read Prabhupada books. And again we have to read. Otherwise life will pass by. So we have to make a strong, some kind of determination, resolve that every day I will read for whatever, half an hour, 1 hour. Best is 1 hour because Prabhupada has said 1 to 2 hours. Minimum one. Otherwise, we will not be learning. There has to be learning. When learning is there, freshness is there. Children, you have seen how fresh they are, how enthusiastic. Because everything they are learning, every moment they are learning. Oh, this is called a tree. Oh, this is called a moon. Oh, this is called a cycle. Oh, this is called as ground. Oh, this is called as this. So much learning. So they are so filled with energy, isn't it? Enthusiastic. And then afterwards, like all of us, I know. I know this. I know this is a curtain. I know. I know this is kite. So there is no zeal, thrill, and nothing like that because you have got this syndrome of I know everything. So you know nothing, but you think I know everything. Then Vidya also doesn't happen. Learning doesn't happen. And then freshness is there, not there. You have heard na, that river water is always fresh. Why? Because it's continuously flowing. Whereas pond water, with every second passing by, it is becoming dirty. Because it is just stagnated in one place only. So like that, there should be learning, continuous flow. Keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. And it gives so much freshness, enthusiasm, because you're enthusiastic. You're at the peak of your energy, enthusiasm. Because life is so thrilling, so many things to know. Isn't how many of you felt when you came to ISKCON first and newer things you're learning? Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik. Acha, that's what that Trishul means, huh? I thought that is just some iron structure, just for killing somebody. I am the demon, huh? Mahishasur. I never knew this. How many of you felt thrilled? Yeah, Raisham Bro, when he was attending IIT classes in IIT days. So there one speaker, I don't know who was he, Mukunda Madhav Prabhu or Bhakti Rasamara. He said there are three Vishnus. And Raisham Bro, what three Vishnus? Or Vishnu is one only. How two more came? Competitors or what? But then that devotee explained very nicely. Vishnustu trini rupani, ekastham anda samstitam. The first one enters in Brahmanda, that is Mahavishnu. Vitiyam, uh, sarva, he enters in each and every Brahmand. Trutiyam sarva bhutastam. Third one is in everyone's heart. Tani jnatva vimuchyate. Knowing these three Vishnus, one will be liberated from the cycle of birth. Rasham was stunned. From childhood, I have been hearing only one Vishnu. I never knew two more are there. One elder brother and one younger brother. I know only middle one, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Lakshmiji Masaji. But he came from Vishnu, and after him, Shirodakshay Vishnu is also there. So many things are there. Like that, thrilling it was initial days. Like that, it should be now also. Every moment. Pratipadam, Purna Amruta Aswadanam. Holy name is that. But for coming to that conclusion, you have to read Prabhupada books and Acharya's books to feel that yes, every moment there is full nectar. Full nectar. And otherwise, like other Indians will also be foolishly, Are Kumbh Mela is coming, I also will go. And Shahi Snan, and I will also struggle there. 1 crore people or 3 crore people all stampeding. We might die there, or fall down in the water and all those things. And what? Who saw nectar? You watch, you ask any of those 1 crore people, nectar dikha gaya? Did you see nectar? I only saw water and I saw so many people they're shouting and they come out of they can't see nectar. But here holy name is Pratipadam Purna Amruta Aswadam, not Ardha Kumbha or Purna Kumbha. Full Kumbha at every moment. Pratipadam. That has but for coming to that conclusion of glories of holy name, you have to read the glories in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and so many literature. Sri Brihad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada only has recommended Jaiva Dharma, Sri Gopal Champu. When will we read all these books? Chaitanya Bhagavat, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's statement that every Gaudiya devotee should read Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. How many times? 108 times or 100 times at least. I have that quote somewhere. So when are we going to read that? How many of you read Chaitanya Bhagavat one time? See? And we are all calling ourselves in Chaitanya Bhagavat here he is writing. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat is the original account of the life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The reader will find the book so sublime that it propels one to realize the mercy given by the Lord, which was never given before. His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur declared that a day will come when the whole world will learn Bengali so they could read Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. His Divine Grace therefore recommends that Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat should be read at least 108 times. At least. That means, if possible, 109 times, 110, 1008, and all more. But at least 108 times. No matter how many times one reads this great literature, there will never be satiation. So, see. When I heard this few years back from one Gaudiya Mutt Sannyasi, I was traveling in the train to Mumbai. So we did not have space, sit. So we were both standing. So he was inquiring, what do you do when you joined as a brahmachari? And then I was inquiring from that Maharaj. So that Maharaj told me that Bhakti Thakur has said that Gaudiyas should read 108 times Chaitanya Bhagavat. Because he also took my interview. Na? So he asked, have you read Chaitanya Bhagavat? I said, no Maharaj, I have not read. He said, what? When will you read? Because Bhakti Thakur has said that Gaudiya devotees should read 108 times. So first time when I heard from him, I was shocked. Both of us were standing. Standing was not painful, but that statement that spinned my head fully. The arrow went in the heart and spinned my head also. And I was thinking, what am I doing in life? When will I read 108 times? I have not read once also. And then eventually I got this in the book also. So it is true. We need to go deeper. Question or cheat saying that please end the class. Long question. Oh, next class is at 11:30. This is only the class. We'll merge the two classes. Because I will go and take bath after this and then prasad and then slowly. Only in the morning program we have express Vande Bharat train. Afterwards shuttle and local only. Daytime. Right. This is because of too much traveling, this kind of language comes. Sometimes in the dream, I would see Secunderabad station. In the dream only, the platforms and all that, the tracks. Because I would go to NIT Warangal, na, from Hyderabad, sometimes Secunderabad, change train, so much railway stations and all that. So in the dream only, Secunderabad station is coming, and I lost the train. Somehow I become, and I lost train, and then I understood this dream. You are not at platform. You are in the brahmachari ashram. You are sleeping. No train. Nothing is there. Take rest. Okay, take. I thought I reached late for the station because I was stuck in the traffic in the dream only. So no need to worry. Okay. Any other question? This is where is it? I'm not remembering, but I have to see. Vishnu Puran. Yeah, Vishnu Puran and mainly Vishnu Puran talks about lot of these slokas about Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. So it seems this is from Vishnu Puran. Prabhupada has quoted it at least few times in his books. Vishnustu Trini Rupani. Vishnu has three forms. Ekastam, Anda Samsthitam, I think. Dvitiyam, like that is there. I don't remember now. So we have to go deep. So any other? Nothing is there, so we'll end then. Yeah, I think I got it. In 7.4 also Prabhupada has quoted. 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 4th verse. This is as described in the Satvat Tantra, Prabhupada is writing. Vishnustu Trini Rupani Purushakhyani Atho Viduhu Ekam tu Mahatas Srashtu. Ha. He makes the big creation. Mahatak Srashtu. Dvitiyam tu Anda Samsitam. Second one enters in each and every Brahmand. Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Trutiyam Sarva Bhutastam. Third one in the heart of every living entity. Tani Gyatva Vimuchyate. One who knows these three Vishnus, he'll be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. So many things are there like that. So many things are there. Like yesterday, I was telling a Kakhati, Tandavik, Rangini. So do you know what are these? Rangini, कोई माता जी होगी? कौन है? अनमैरिड गर्ल है क्या मैरिड माता जी? अनमैरिड है तो थोड़ा सोच सकते हैं. So Rangini is the favorite deer of Srimati Radha. Like that. So Jatila, when she comes to Surya Narayan temple at Surya Kund, she tells Abhimanyu her son, hey, dekh, here is Rangini, Radharani's deer. And you see, there is Tandavik, Krishna's peacock. That means what? Both of them are here, somewhere nearby, having amorous pastime. What kind of husband you are? You have to protect your wife. Huh? Ah, yes, mother, I'll see, I'll find out where they are. I'll expose them now. And they go. And then Krishna is very amazing. Krishna takes the form of Durga Devi, dressed in red sari, very beautiful. And rather, before entering only Abhimanyu hears, oh my dear, please, please, let that calamity not happen to me, please, please. And Abhimanyu is wondering, kya hua? Krishna is torturing my wife for what? And he enters inside and he finds no Krishna, and there is Lalita Sakhi, there is Radharani, and there is this Devi, this beautiful woman. And he's wondering who you are. You don't know? She's Durga. Lalita Sakhi, really? Like that, she's pleased with Radharani. But then what is that calamity? Radharani is saying, let not that calamity fall on my life, my family. Yeah, that Durga then, Durga Devi says, Lalita, Runda, you tell this fellow, what is that calamity? Then she says, Runda says to this Abhimanyu, that after 2 days from now, Kamsa is going to perform Shiva Yagya, Shiva, this thing, sacrifice, and in that he is going to offer Narabali, and you will be the one who will be offered in sacrifice. Abhimanyu, oh, no, 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 no. That's why Radharani is praying to Devi, please, 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 you are most powerful, you can do anything. अनहोनी को होनी कर सकते हैं, होनी को अनहोनी. Please, Devi, please protect my सुहाग मिट जाएगा, मैं विधवा बन जाऊंगी. Please protect me and all that. So then Abhimanyu said, no, 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 Devi, please, 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 you satisfy Radharani desire. So Devi says, okay, I will do that, but that is possible only if Radharani comes every day to worship me here at Surya Kund. Yeah, every day she will come. I will personally send. Okay. Then don't worry. Kamsa will not kill him. And he's so happy. So happy. Like that. And that is how Krishna makes sure that Radharani comes every day to meet him at Surya Kund. So Abhi say kuch problem nahi. Because he will not come thinking that, yeah, better my wife goes and worships Durga, because that will protect me from all problems. And who will Durga is not there, Krishna is only there. So a lot of pastimes are there, lot of things are there, but we need to go deeper. Make some solid plan of your life, for your life, that I am going to do like this. Otherwise, the English saying is, no, those who fail to plan, they plan to fail. So I'm inducing you all to make some plan. Yesterday evening, how many of you wrote down on a paper? Yesterday evening, huh? Only 3. How many had raised hand that by the end of the day you will write on paper with a pen? What is your plan till 31st December 2026? So you did not write. Okay, chalo. Pending things need to be done. Now you can do. Today you can do. Write down by the end of the day what are your plans for 2026. Every day I will read so